It's just such a high demand for our product. So we were like, hey, let's give them what they want, you know?
You know the joy that overcomes you when you win.
Wow, Bill Belichick called. He's impressed.
I can make the case for this being the best league in the world. And I don't think it's sentimental reasons.
This is the Clique Fantasy League podcast.
Welcome to the Clique Inc. Fantasy League podcast. This is a podcast that's more about our league than actual fantasy football. If you happen to be tuning in for the first time, you should know that we do not give fantasy advice. It's a saturated market, and quite frankly, one that some of us find generally useless and ineffective. However, if you are looking for advice, you may find it hidden like diamonds or feces in our banter. We play the same game you do. We use the same players, and we all have our own philosophies when it comes to fantasy, which we will obviously discuss throughout the pod. During that time, perhaps you can find some gems that you like and can apply to your own fantasy teams. Just know up front, this show is not that show. We feel comfortable talking about what we know best, and that's us, the Clique Fantasy Football League. We are an ESPN 10-team non-PPR keeper league. Every August, we have an auction draft where each league member is allotted $200 in auction money. Being a keeper league, members are allowed to keep as many players as they can afford with the idea that they will have enough of their $200 left over to fill in the rest of their roster spots. For the last several years, we have traveled to various destinations for our draft weekend festivities. We've been to San Francisco, New York, Chicago, Tampa, Vegas, and next August, we will be traveling to Ireland for a fantasy football draft. But that's us. That's our league. We started this thing 13 years ago as an excuse to keep in touch with each other. And look at us. Hey, look at us. We have a podcast. We are the Commish, the Dr. Moniz, Horton, Brad, Legend, Jay Lee, Tasker, Jay Million, Deech, and we are the best league in the world. Horton, tell him to keep it down back there, man.
Not too bad. What's up?
Oh, it's all good, man. I'm just kidding.
But he's not.
I'm kidding, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Oh, how's everybody doing, man? We got the Giants and the Eagles, man.
It's a rainy one out there.
This is what's great about fantasy, man. Fantasy makes this game interesting. Otherwise, we're watching the Eagles and the Giants.
We're watching Eli's swan song for no reason other than maybe a miracle. Last go around. Is he great? Is he a great quarterback?
I think he's been great. I like Eli, man.
I think he gets a bad rap. I think obviously the consistency's not been there for.
I would say he's a good quarterback who's had great moments
and great defenses.
That's fair, Moniz. That's good. Is he, I mean, like, I don't know about like football Hall of Fame. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Horton? Eli Manning, Hall of Famer?
Yeah, I agree.
Moniz, a bit skeptical.
Not first ballot?
Definitely not.
No, I wouldn't say that, yeah.
If it's Super Bowls alone, then obviously he's going to get in. But his 2 Super Bowl wins are off of two of the most amazing catches, but not the greatest throws from guys that. So it just.
What was he? David Tyree? Who's the other guy? I used to have him on my fantasy team. He was like a wide receiver.
Plaxico Burress? Or something
no, it wasn't Plaxico. Who was that guy, Horton, that caught that?
Was it Steve Smith?
No.
It's Tyree, ain't it?
Tyree, and then there's another one he had down the sideline. In another
in his second Super Bowl.
Yeah, second Super Bowl.
I honestly can't remember that guy's name.
Yeah, I can't either.
Well, that's great potting right there. I wish we had a research team looking into that, but we do.
Yeah, I'm looking on my phone as we speak.
Tom Google's looking that up.
We'll figure it out.
What is you going to Ireland next year?
That'd be a negative.
Negative.
Yeah. My wife and I are having our 15th wedding anniversary.
15th?
15. Big,
Dude, congrats.
amazing 15 years.
Yeah.
And we've been planning a trip for this summer for the past 5 years because we have to take a little while to save up our ministry dollars.
Dude, but I think that you, for you, I bet you're planning every little detail. I mean,
my wife and I are both very organized.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're going to Venice.
Sweet.
For, I think it's 7 days and then 3 days in Milan to finish it out.
Nice. So you're staying in Nor Italy.
That's right.
Like NorCal, but Nor Italy.
Mario Manningham.
That's
Mario
it.
Manningham from Michigan. He's a Michigan man. Feel weird seeing toothbrush commercials on TV. To you guys, because I kind of want to comment on those things. But
So we're trying. So this is our second podcast, man. So we figured, we would. I think it, seems logical just to do a 4-hour podcast through the whole Monday Night Football game. We'll see if we make it.
we could have DVR'd it and fast forwarded things, but we're coming live via the game, but not live when we post this.
I won't be making it.
Uh-oh.
Horton's already letting
Horton
us
might be
know.
tapping out early.
Horton's asleep.
I'm gonna be tapping out now.
What?
Inside English.
Sleep talking.
Horton, you gotta give us 1 quarter, man.
I'm just playing. I'm here.
Yeah.
Dude, hey, I know we may not make it the whole time, man. We'll see what happens though. It's just, it's just such a high demand for our product, so we were like, hey, let's give them what they want,
Dude, Eli's 10-21 versus the Eagles. That's terrible.
Yeah, he, as far as if you're looking at from our fantasy league, he's like the guy. Well, like you said last week, your record was 7-6 or something like that, and you won it. That's Manning. Each year, his record is where he's just a little over 500, and then
Get that wild card spot, get hot.
yeah. So you and Eli got a lot in common.
God. Oh no.
I got the Eagles defense going tonight.
Do you?
I just realized it.
Well, hopefully, don't put up a bunch of negative on you since you've already won.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't
Oh,
pull
it'd be
49ers -8.
Have to be massive negative, dude. What? You know what? I think there's a segment coming for that. But dude, the Niners defense against the Saints in New Orleans.
I was debating dropping them, picking up somebody else or another defense, but I was just like, whatever. I'll just play them.
Yeah,
It's not gonna be that bad. Oh, it'd be bad. It was awful.
Now, I don't want to play Monday night quarterback. I don't know. Would you have I got a cardinal. I got a rule. I don't play. I'm deathly afraid of New Orleans at New Orleans, and I typically don't play defenses against them, even if they're rolling. San Francisco's rolling, man. Horton, would you have played the San Francisco D against New Orleans?
absolutely not.
What are they? What are they number 2 fantasy defense right now?
Yeah, they were number 2. Now
they're solid.
fifth.
Great defense.
Yeah, I think so, but
I don't think I would. I would have obviously held on to him, but I would have tried to stream someone else for that particular matchup.
Horton, you said no.
yeah, no, absolutely not.
That's why they're fighting for first place, and I'm fighting for nothing.
You're fighting the not wearing a wolf
Basically,
mask.
I'm fighting the ghosts.
He didn't care, so he just played him anyway, so it didn't matter.
Ding 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 ding.
Have you got anybody? Are you done?
I'm done. I've lost. So
Okay.
Brad has Saquon going. But I was already down. I'm down 3 points right now.
Oh man, so you could have had a legit shot if you would have played the defense.
thought I got-
Defense had 10 or something.
Let's say 5. That's a 13-point swing.
Yeah, man. Damn.
Oh, spitting that game.
Real as it gets right here, baby.
Jumanji Next Level. I got to make the cut for the birthday movie weekend.
Hey, I like the first Jumanji.
I really liked it too.
Entertaining.
Very enjoyable.
Rock's a superstar, man. It's like Midas.
It's like my man crush.
I'm okay with that.
Yep.
I'll do that.
Do we call him The Rock or do we call him Dwayne Johnson?
Rock. I call him Rock.
You don't even call him The Rock. You just say Rock.
The Rock.
The Rock?
Yeah. My students say,
Rocky Maivia?
I put on some sunglasses today. They said, Mr. Flowers, you look like The Rock.
That's a pretty impressive compliment.
Wow.
They're delirious is what it is. I said, I wish I got paid like him.
They're ready for that Christmas break.
All right, so okay, we don't have a ton riding on this game, but Moniz does. Moniz has quite a bit. Where are you at right now, Moniz?
I have 70-something, and Tasker has 109, I believe.
Who you got going tonight?
Miles Sanders and Zach Ertz. It's not going to happen, but
You don't think it's going to happen?
I do not think that I'm going to win. No.
Moniz is like me in that regard. Like, go ahead and set yourself up for it, like the letdown, and that way it'd be easier.
Like after you take a test, you're thinking, man, I got a C on that. And then when people ask you, like, how do you feel about 72? And that way when you get it back and it's an 84,
Oh, you feel great.
you're like, boom.
I genuinely don't think I'm going to win, though. I'm not playing like mind games with myself here. I think the likelihood that both my guys being on the Eagles, both of them having a big explosive game, is just not very likely.
The rain helps Sanders, though.
It doesn't really help Ertz, so.
That's a good point.
Hold on. All right.
We were talking about this last week. I think 5 points from the tight end, you feel okay.
I feel great. If I get 5 from my tight end, the way tight ends are.
It's a very random position this year.
Yeah. It really is.
It really is.
Tier 1, good grief.
Let's cut 'em.
Is that on a pit? What? Carson Wentz just do it.
Horton, are you actually watching the game, or you just?
Yeah, I'm actually watching that.
Good job, Horton.
Oh, you probably got like 4 other leagues that you got some people playing in this one.
Yeah, well, actually, I have Miles Sanders, but I didn't play him this week. I've already won. So
Just sitting players, just to sit players. I guess it's already over.
All right, so Moniz is sitting at 79 and Tasker's at 108.
30 points wins.
There's a chance, but it is a long shot. Dude, it kills me when
Not like
when you're talking to I talk to other people and like the first thing they mention are the projections. Well, my projections say, like, stop wasting my time, man.
yeah, that's all better than nothing.
Well, my projections. I told Brooke because Brooke started a league she joined a league. Excuse me, at her job, and the first thing she started talking about these projections, I was like, "Don't ever mention that again."
Throw them out the window.
Fantasy community is not going to take you seriously. Well, excuse me, we are not going to take you seriously. So this is big for Moniz, man. Moniz needs this game. Miles Sanders.
Did get the first.
Moniz needs this game to stay in the hunt. If not, it's Horton and Brad. Again. This would be the third time it's come down to you guys? Horton, does that sound right? This would be the third time it's come down to you and Brad?
Yeah. Yep.
Third or fourth?
Eagles going for it on 4th and 1.
I think it's the third.
Skibby sneak.
Have you explained that
Did
we
not
don't
get
do
it.
playoffs?
Did not get it.
Did we talk about the playoffs thing last year? Or I'm sorry, last week?
No, I think I asked about it before the pod.
So this year we've been experimenting the last 2 years with no playoffs, just to see how that would affect the outcome of standings. And first year had no impact whatsoever, right? Because everybody knows. Well, I won't say everybody knows, but typically playoffs, because it's such a shortened period of time, obviously involves like a little more luck. Like you can kind of luck out, and
picking
Tasker,
up the scrap heap on wasted games of players that you normally wouldn't have, and you're relying on them.
Right, because you start going into where they're like resting stars and stuff like that, and you're just like, okay, now it becomes who's on the right place of the waiver wire, who has the most waiver wire dollars,
right,
and happen to pick up the right guy off of an injury or some random,
the fourth receiver for a team that's sitting their stars, and it's just like I'm having to rely upon this person.
So there's some leagues that they just put everybody in the playoffs. So think about Tasker, who's been pretty much near the bottom of the barrel the whole year. And let's say he's played somebody the last 2 weeks. He's put up over 100 the last 2 weeks, which is very uncharacteristic for him this season. And he could have easily beaten one of the top teams, just kind of just getting lucky like that. So anyway,
takes that out of it. I think just not having everyone in the playoffs. I don't think we'd ever be down for that. And just going off of record, and is the championship game? It's still just based off record. There's not a head-to-head matchup between.
That's
right now
Premier League style.
Premier League
so
style.
It's just who's got the most wins.
So at the end of 16 weeks, because we don't play 17. Most leagues, I don't think, play 17 anymore. But at the end of the 16 weeks, whoever's got the best record takes the title.
Yeah.
But last year, I think that we determined that the playoffs, because somebody kept track of it. Jay Mail or Brad. I think it's Brad. It's Brad. I don't know why would Jay Mail keep track of that. But I think he determined it would have come out the same way, essentially. So I'm voting for playoffs. By the way, I miss them. I don't know.
You miss them?
I miss playoffs.
I like the addendum to it of 1 through 3 makes the playoffs, and then the team with the highest amount of points, if they didn't make the top 4, then they move into the 4th spot.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
If we're going to do playoffs.
Oh, Beck doesn't like it.
So say like Brad, for some reason he finished 5th last year, and he had by far the most amount of points, and he had just the unfortunate luck of everybody scoring ridiculous amounts of points against him.
Right.
Then he would surpass the 4th place team because he crushed him in points for, and it kind of in one way eliminates a little bit of the people who get really, really lucky with the points against.
Yeah.
That, you look at their points for, and it's okay, but then their points against is like literally like 200 to 300 points lower than everybody else.
It's all luck, man.
I think if we switch,
I'm not voting for a switch. I like it the way it is.
Horton, what do you like the playoffs, or how we've been doing it these last 2 years?
It's going to depend on Horton.
Hey Horton.
Yeah. Yo.
Hey man, you like the playoff? Do you want to go back to the playoffs, or you kind of like it the way we've been doing it the last 2 years?
I like the way we've been doing it. It makes the season last long.
Fine, whatever.
1st and 10, Eli. Saquon.
Nobody likes my ideas.
Screen pass.
I like Tasker.
Nothing to go.
You and Tasker do have a lot of similar ideas.
Tasker's smart, man.
What would you give up for Saquon? What would it take?
Right now, who'd you trade?
The better question is
anybody on my roster.
If you have him, what are you taking for him, if anything?
Well, if I have him, man, you're still going to have to pay for him. You're still going to have to pay.
Yeah, like what do you expect?
Like he's a number 1 running back if I got him.
Could you go straight up, the trade from it involved Alvin Kamara and Saquon. Was it straight up?
No, there was quarterback involved.
Yeah, there was Aaron Rodgers and Luck. No,
it was
Deshaun
Watson.
Is that right? Deshaun Watson?
That may be right.
Oh, that was like a 3-way trade because
Deitch
he
was
got
involved in that.
Yeah, he got Deshaun from Deitch.
Was that the trade involving? That wasn't the trade involving Juju.
Yeah,
Yes.
well,
Was it?
after the
Yes.
draft, Deitch wakes up because he was sleeping. But after the draft's over, Deitch wakes up and literally walks over to Brad and points to his roster and says, "I want him," and points to Antonio Brown. No, and points to Juju, and trades Antonio Brown for him straight up. Did anybody win that trade?
You know, I remember when we were.
I mean,
we were at Top
I guess
Golf.
Brad, because he got
Yes.
Michael Thomas out of it.
Yeah. Good point.
That's from him.
That's right.
Well, he flipped AB.
Oh,
He
yeah,
flipped
that's
AB
right.
for Michael.
I mean, he got Saquon though.
So that I remember we were at Top Golf, and we're sitting there just hanging out. Deitch goes, "Got to make an announcement in front of everybody," and it was like, I thought he was gonna. I didn't know what he was gonna say,
I'm leaving the league.
and he said, "Brad, Jamie, come up here.
Out.
Come on up here. There's been a trade," and he goes to the players involved. And I kind of think that he thought that we were going to be like, "Oh my gosh, dude." After we're just like looking at him like, "What did you just do? Like, you did not win that trade. If you were planning on me looking at you saying you won that trade, no one's going to say that." And then in the next words, it was Brad's idea.
Maybe something like the mad master or something.
Got me again.
Got me again or something. Crap like that.
Brad hates that crap too, man. He hates that he's like nobody trades with him or people are afraid to trade with him.
I'll trade Brad because he's not afraid to trade quality players.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got Miles Sanders from him.
Yep.
Is he returning punts too, Sanders? No.
I wouldn't think so.
So is Darren Sproles done? You retired now?
I don't think he's officially retired.
Yeah, he said this was his last year.
He said it's his last year.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I always liked watching him play. Even at Kansas State, he was a fantastic player.
Does he make your top fantasy football player to watch?
He's electrifying. I mean, that's for sure. I mean, he could
That's a no.
scored. Yeah, it is a no. But in terms of real football,
Oh, yeah, I like
Swiss
Sproles,
Army
man.
knife. Score touchdowns, rushing, receiving, kick returns, punt returns. I wouldn't doubt if he threw a pass for a touchdown. Which, by the way, I saw in the Patriots game last night. Dude, I've been begging for people to start running that LaDainian Tomlinson stretch play, and to where he ends up throwing it. They used to run that all the time down in the red zone with LT.
Ooh, the Chargers?
Chargers. They would hand the ball off. It'd be like a stretch play. And all of a sudden, he just stops and just tosses up to Gates, touchdown, wide open. And so last night, James White got the handoff, and it, I think it was Jacoby Myers. It was like an 18-yard gain. It was wide open. I mean, that stuff works.
I didn't watch anything last night.
Me neither.
Oh, we know who's bringing the facts.
Beck, I saw you skip ahead in the itinerary, man, and you're trying to gloss over my 100th win this week.
Yo.
The second, of course, because everything's second in this league to Brad. The second owner to 100. Brad's at like 121, I think.
So in 13 years.
13 years, 100 games.
Pretty good.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, man. Hey, man, I'm hanging my hat on this. I swept Deitch this year. Miraculously swept Horton. I don't think I've ever done that. And then I get my 100th. I feel good about it, man.
Who'd you play last week?
This week?
Or this week? Who'd you play?
Jamie Elliott. I mean, he's up there. Like, there's a few teams up ahead of me in the rankings.
You guys are.
I feel like they're kind of paper, though.
Me and Zach are the only ones that are at the bottom.
Deitch is the worst team in the
Deitch
league,
is
in my
with you.
opinion.
Really?
Yep. I checked today. He's got the lowest point total, too.
I feel like I'm
Deitch is awful.
seventh on points, I think. And points against, I'm like fourth.
Deech, Carson Wentz, Melvin Gordon, Sony Michel, DK Metcalf, Jarvis Landry, Kyle Rudolph, Carlos Hyde.
Is this team like the best team 3 years ago?
He still got Rob Gronkowski on the bench.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude, this is like a great 2016 team.
Carry-on got hurt. Just I don't know what. And Juju's
hurt. Yeah. He's going to go in a lot of money at next year's draft. I don't think he's keeping Wentz.
He'll screw it up. Well, what's Deech going to do with it?
Gronkowski's coming back.
First of all, he's got his he's not wanting to do anything for another year.
Yeah, he's waiting on Trevor.
Yeah, in 2 more years.
Well, we can.
It's Trevor Lawrence
hold
time.
On. Can we bid on Trevor next year? You know he's got 1 more year left. And
no.
Okay, I thought we agreed that.
We talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it, but we have not. Deech for one is against that.
Ertz, 8-yard catch. Little by little.
Chipping away, Moniz.
He is not pumped. 3rd and 2, Eagles. Here comes a bad play call. Miles Sanders.
It doesn't look like a monsoon. Is it raining?
No, I think it stopped raining.
Not that bad. It's like
I see it.
It's Premier League rain.
Yeah, this is English rain.
Yeah. They play every game in this, basically.
God, England sounds so fun.
I'm gonna hop over there next year for our fantasy draft. We're gonna catch a Tottenham game.
You're gonna jump over. You're gonna hop over the channel.
Hop over the channel.
Moniz. I'll ask everybody this. Moniz, we'll start with you because you got both of them. Moniz, you can keep one, Ertz or Miles Sanders.
I think I'm keeping Miles Sanders.
Wow. Is it because Ertz has just had a down year?
I mean, that definitely doesn't help, but I mean, I think you've been saying it. Started last year. Goddard's getting more of a role, so it's kind of like a timeshare now at tight end, like you see running backs, and he has, he's not as consistent as you want out of a guy that you're going to hold on to and pay $15 for. Like, he can have some great games, but he also, Goddard can end up stealing the touchdown that would have been his because they're both in the game. Yeah. Most games they're playing at the same time. So
they like to play that 11 set with 2 tight ends.
So now that they've kind of changed the way they're doing their offense a little bit, it just seems less appealing.
Anybody keeping Ertz? If you got Miles and Ertz, is anybody keeping Ertz?
I'll keep Ertz.
You'd keep Ertz over Miles?
Yeah, if Howard is healthy, Howard was getting most of the carries until he got hurt. He scored a touchdown. I'd keep Ertz.
It'd be interesting to see what Howard's contract is, to see if he's under contract for next year with them.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, he's just a 1-year deal, isn't he?
I think he was just a 1 year, but I think he had a player option for a 2nd year, so I'm not sure if they're going to bring him back or not. I'm sorry. I'm not a believer in Wentz.
Jury seems to be out, man.
I mean, I feel bad for him. I think he's got talent, but win a Super Bowl with a quarterback that's not even there, who, he looked terrible in Jacksonville when he came back. Obviously the whole crowd there wants Minshew in the game. They believe in the stash and the jorts. But Philly's just a brutal place. I think it's even more brutal than New York.
Oh, yeah, it's rough, man. What's Manning?
They got Manning and Tate.
Trying not to smile.
Yeah. they just had a trio up on the TV, and it was
Manning.
3 powerhouses. Saquon Barkley, who's a powerhouse. Eli Manning.
Hey.
And Golden Tate.
Oh.
2 of those 3 don't belong.
Just get out.
I mean,
the picture.
They can't have Daniel Jones on there and just be like, look, I know he's injured, but he is the guy for the next 10 years. A.K.A. Danny Dimes.
I don't even know. Again, man. Like what? I didn't even know he was hurt. What's wrong with him?
I don't know.
I saw that he's going to be out for 2 to 4 weeks.
Ankle? Shoulder?
Heart. His heart.
Trying to find his heart?
He's like, what's the point? He's like, back this year. What's the point?
He's on the injury report. Feelings. Did not practice.
We're playing for next year.
Emotions.
Let me just go, pull LeBron
Ankle.
and just save myself for when it really matters.
Well, yeah, I believe in guys like that. He might be on my team next year. Danny Dimes. I feel like there are a couple guys that I really don't want on my team next year. One is Baker Mayfield. It's not that I'm not a believer in it. I just rubs me the wrong way. I mean, you have OBJ, and now all of a sudden he's telling teams before and after games and during games that come get him.
Is there a team off limits for you? Like, now I know, Moniz will not draft Cowboys.
Really?
Being a Redskin fan. You ever heard about this?
No.
Moniz will not own a Cowboy.
Nope. I will never own a Cowboy.
So if you had a chance at having Zeke,
don't try it.
Nope.
So if let's say we had standard, snake draft, you get the 5th pick. That 5th pick comes to you, and other people have taken other running backs, and Saquon's gone and everything, and you have a chance to get Zeke. You're not taking him? You're not taking him for the auspice of flipping him?
No, I don't think I would.
Okay.
I don't.
Feel dirty?
Yeah. I was really disappointed when they drafted him. I was at Stevens. We were watching that draft, and I was like,
really?
I was like, that's good for everybody else. It was a good fit.
But you knew he was like, he'll never be on my team.
Yep. I was like, he's going to be a Cowboy for life, and I'll never have him.
12 years of a guy never being on my team.
Yep.
Wow. I had no idea.
Mona is a big Redskins fan, man.
I didn't even know that. Tasker's a big Redskins fan.
Is he?
He's a Bears
fan. Bears guy.
He has multiple teams, but he likes the Redskins because of Sean Taylor. He's a big Sean Taylor guy.
Oh, okay.
Horton, you got any teams like you're not touching any of their players just because like? I mean, I was looking at, dude. I was like, the Browns are atrocious, man. Like, I consider man just giving up Chubb just so I don't have to watch the Browns. But you got anybody like that?
I'm a Falcons fan, so I can't stand the Saints.
So you prefer not to have a Saints player on your roster?
It'd be tough. It'd be tough for you to have Kamara.
Yeah, it would. I respect Drew Brees and everything, but I just can't stand the Saints, man. I don't like
Good for you, man.
Dude, Hugh Jackman was in the New Orleans for the game.
Oh, those tricky Giants. 9 yards.
Is that Shepard?
It's Mario Manningham.
I think he wore. I'm trying to remember what number he actually wore.
88. I'm pretty sure it was 88.
Man, he's the second best 88 of all time then. Jason Beck, number 1. I'll have to wear that jersey one day.
You wore 88?
Wore number 88, baby.
For what?
88.
Photo shoot?
I played 1 year in high school football.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, senior year. Got 1 catch, 1 for 1.
You played high school football?
Yeah, 1 for 1.
How many yards?
5 yards. A little 5-yard curl. Yeah.
They didn't feed you after that? They didn't
No, they did not. No.
Who threw it to you?
Jacob McQuarter. Shout out Jacob McQuarter. College roommate too.
You roomed with McQuarter?
For a semester.
Y'all didn't keep the connection going?
Y'all
didn't walk out on the field. Who'd y'all go?
What do you mean? I went to West Georgia.
Did they have a football team?
No.
Y'all could have started one?
Well, we go out and throw on our own and get 6 people. We didn't play flag. I didn't know flag football was even a thing.
Yeah, y'all didn't do intramural.
Yeah, didn't even know it was a thing until my second year, and then I actually won one flag football championship. I won state that year too.
State? Flag football has a state championship?
Yeah, so all the colleges from in the state of Georgia can as many teams as they want can go. Really, but usually it's only teams that are competitive.
Horton, how come you never played football, man? You seem like,
Dude,
you could have played.
He could have been
I was going to feedback on that. We went to when I was in college, we went to 2 playoffs. One at University of Georgia and one at Georgia Southern. In the playoffs, we lost to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, mine was at UGA.
Yeah.
Horton, why didn't you play in high school?
I don't know, man. I should have. I played in middle school 1 year, and then I just got to high school and didn't play. I guess me and Brad was gonna go out 1 year, and then just ain't never happened.
Frank Barden.
I don't know. I guess I was scared. I was just telling myself I was gonna get hurt and couldn't play basketball. I don't know.
I mean, that's a good point. I mean, you guys were pretty dominant basketball players, so
coaching staff wasn't the greatest for towards you guys. They were pretty bad towards you guys.
Yeah, was it a coach thing? I know y'all had some run-ins with those coaches, man.
Oh yeah, Coach Gentry couldn't stand me, dude. Listen to this. Was in PE, and Coach Gentry told Ty Feeze to stay away from me because I was a bad influence. Wow, really? He didn't like it because he wanted us to work out when it was time for basketball games, so he wanted us to run. We had to do our little mile and a half. But Coach Rucker said we didn't have to do anything. And he was like, he would get mad. So I was like, what's that?
No one had to on game.
No one was season.
No one was supposed to have to do that on game day.
Yeah. Hey,
Soccer,
we're gonna
have to do that on game day.
We're gonna condition right now. What?
Look, and he also thought I was in cahoots with John Clayton and stealing football shorts. That had nothing to do with it.
Wait,
mystery solved.
John Clayton.
John Clayton got caught stealing some football shorts, but I was coming through the weight room too. So I was kind of in the area. So he
shout out John Clayton.
Nothing to do with it. I was like, that had nothing to do with it.
Former Carsville High School soccer alumnus.
Horton, what position
did you play with him?
Yeah.
Horton, what position did you play in middle school? Football.
Running back and wide receiver. I caught a pass from Brett Ward threw me a pass at Calhoun. We would have won. I think he would be able to kick a field goal, and I caught it out of bounds. Like one of my foot was out of bounds, so they didn't get counted. We was in a playoff against Calhoun. That's the only year I played. 8th grade.
Really? See, I mean, looking back in high school, I mean, you had height. You were kind of built like a man. I would have thought like awesome, like defensive end.
Yeah, if I would have played, I played with Miss Milk because I didn't play. My mom wouldn't let me play when I was in rec or anything like that. So if I would have played football all the way through growing up, then I probably would have played. But I don't know. After that 8th grade, I just didn't go out.
Man,
go out of high school.
I had always wondered that. I actually thought about that on the way here. I was like, I wonder why I didn't play. Yeah, man. I played 1 year. I'll take that. I was on a dare. After
somebody dared you to play?
Yeah, Zach Tasker dared me to play. So junior year, we were in team sports and we were playing football. And I'm not the fastest person. I'm not the quickest person. I'm your typical white guy, but I had good hands, and so like I was
hard worker, grinder,
gym rat. So I was catching a lot of
high motor.
Yeah, high motor, good high IQ. Coach Barton was out there, and obviously he wasn't really paying attention until like we were playing football, and all of a sudden he just asked me, "Why don't you play?" I was like, "All right." So Zach, I wasn't going to do it, and then Zach's like, "No, man, I dare you to do it."
Well, what did Tasker play? Why don't you dare him back? Tasker couldn't have done it?
No. Zach is an athlete.
Oh, dude, look at this crap. Dude. Come on,
wow.
Eagles defense.
Steve Slayton. Is that Steve Slayton?
Yeah, Slayton.
Eli's back.
Darius Slayton. I call him Steve. Uh-oh. High fives in Peytonville. Is Brad Paisley there?
Brad Paisley. Hey, we missed our intermission, man. Look, first quarter's over. Yeah, nice job, producer. All right, so I got some. Everybody know what? I'm sorry. No. Sorry, you can.
That was
let it play
awesome.
out. Everybody knows what that sound means.
Bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Oh, so that sound means it's the end of the first quarter / 3 minutes into the second quarter. I got some league member trivia for you guys. Let's see how well
Let's
you know
hear
the
it.
league.
Yeah.
Horton, you ready? Okay. I got that's a go. I got 4 questions. All right, here's the first one. We talked about earlier, Brad. Don't look at my answers. Brad has the most wins all time. I think he's at 121 right now. I just reached my 100th win. Thank you very much this week.
Hey guys, go eat. I'll chime back in a little bit.
All right, man.
That sounds great.
See you,
Hort.
Hort.
All right, man.
All right, y'all.
That's perfect. Okay. And then some question is, who is third all time in wins in our league? Currently at 86.
Okay.
86 wins. Did you look?
No.
Okay.
Is it Deech?
You're going Deech?
Okay. The league's been around for 13 years.
13.
How many years have I been in it?
11, 12? I mean, you came in pretty –
Yeah.
you came in the second year, so I'd say 12.
2000. Was I in it the first year we were teaching together? 2000. That's.
I don't think so. Well,
It was 2008.
so yeah, okay, yeah. So that's our second year.
2008. I'm gonna go me.
You're going you?
I'm going Jason Beck, the doctor.
All right, one of us is right. It's Deech. Deech has 86 wins. Third all time. Nice job, Moniz. Dang it. Feeling good about yourself for a minute there, weren't you? I can tell you a little bit later where you're at.
I went on a limb there.
Oh, yeah, shaky. Shaky limb. All right, question number 2. This might be a little bit easy. Well, okay, I'll just say this. Which member has the longest playoff drought, or, in other words, top 4 finishes?
Tasker?
You're going Tasker.
Yeah, Zach Tasker all day.
Okay.
All day.
So that was a little easier. So another question. Let me 2B here. When was the last time he was in the playoffs or finished top 4? How long has it been, or what year? Since you're so smart.
And it's been at least 5 years. I'm gonna go 7 years ago. I'm gonna go 2012.
Bonus.
5 years.
Last time Tasker finished in the top 4, it was 2011. 8 years.
Wow.
ago. 8 years.
Jeez.
It's bad.
Not having a quarterback hurts you.
Now he's
Or,
got 4.
drafting 4 QBs and rostering 2
Yeah.
running backs, one which is a backup.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 3. Moniz. Okay, so Beck, you got a little bit closer on that one, so we'll give you that 1-1. I don't know why we're keeping score. It's an even number of questions anyways. Number 3. Who has the most last place finishes in league history? It's tough.
I'm gonna go Horton.
Going Horton.
Is it Dark Side?
You going dark side?
Just because you said it's tough. So my instinct wants to say Tasker.
I know that's where you're going to go
Yeah,
first.
but I know it must not be that. So
It's gonna be a shocker. You're going dark side? Jay Lee?
Yeah.
Jay Lee and Horton both have 2. The most last place finishes is 3, and that is Ashley McConnell.
Wow, legend.
Legend. Yep. Nice.
From our producer Lucas, bringing it.
I don't know if I'd have asked that if Legend was here.
Zach
Ertz, get in there!
Oh man,
Comes Goddard.
He's just setting up Miles Sanders here. Okay. Fourth and final question.
wide open.
We'll probably have to work together on this one. This one's kind of tough.
All right.
Pretty interesting though. Oh, by the way, us three never finished last place. Although Beck, you're kind of in danger this year, bud.
Oh,
you better get on it.
I'm bringing the wolf costume out. So
watch Goddard score here. That'd be fantasy. That'd be fantasy for you.
that would be fantasy.
Hold on, let's
I'm
watch.
counting on it.
First and goal, Eagles.
Look,
Wentz drops back.
give it to him.
It's all day, all time in the world. Taking off, stopping as a
bring it
holding,
back.
bringing it back.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Another chance.
Why are you dancing for?
Okay.
I love that when he scores, has no idea there's a flag going on behind him. No idea.
No paid. Not
He's
paying
like,
attention to
he's
anything.
like first ever career touchdown reception, and it doesn't count.
All right.
This is brought to you by Hall's.
Am I kidding?
Hall's cough
Is it
drops.
distracting?
No, but necessary.
Not at all.
All right. There are 9 players who were rostered on a team in our league in 2007. That was our first year. Who were also rostered this season. So 9 players.
Okay,
I'll give you some hints here. Oh, Alshon carded off.
going to play some golf.
Shocker.
Funyuns and silly strings.
Silly strings and sadness. Funyuns and run it in, Miles.
Yeah, right.
Shout out
Boom.
Chris Harris. All right, so 9 players who were rostered our very first year in 2007, who were also rostered on a roster at some point in time this year. Let's break it down like this. 3 QBs.
All right, Brady,
Brady's one.
Eli.
Nope.
Wow.
Phillip Rivers.
Nope.
Big Ben.
Big Ben's 2. One more. Don't overthink it.
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees. Good. 2 running backs.
AP.
AP.
Frank Gore.
Frank Gore. Good job, fellas. I mean, we're big time, man. We got the sound drops and everything this week, man. We're killing it.
We need more like this wrong. It's like wah wah.
Do 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 do. That'll work.
That'll work too.
Survey says.
1 wide receiver. 1.
Larry Fitzgerald.
You guys
There
are
you
good.
go. Good one, Beck.
1 tight end.
Jason Witten.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Who's retired.
Sorry.
And come back.
Yeah. 2 kickers, and these are the final 2.
Adam Vinatieri.
No.
Wow.
Mason Crosby.
Nope.
Gostkowski wasn't there yet, so. Oh, Matt Bryant.
Nope.
This is why kickers shouldn't be in the list. What?
I didn't say it. Miles. I didn't say it.
Beck didn't make the bet with me.
Kidding. Oh, I got the ice ready to go.
I don't know. I can't think about
2 kickers?
One usually ends up on Horton's team.
Oshka.
No.
Dude,
I don't know.
And one of them, Brad, will never draft again, he said. Or never own again. Roster.
Nick Folk.
Nick Folk is 1.
This makes for some great pod. Who's the last one?
Robbie
Gould.
Wow.
Yep.
The pride of Chicago.
It's pretty impressive, man. Those guys are hanging around.
Yeah.
Kickers
I mean, the
go a while,
QBs
though. Kickers go a while.
Yeah, QBs and kickers, but shoot, man, AP, like, still scoring points. Frank Gore.
Yeah, he was double-digit in fantasy points this week. I mean, Darius Guy's
He's cleaning up because Guy says is injured every other week.
Good grief, that guy. I told you guys last week, I said, watch this. I'm going to play him. He's gonna get hurt. And what happened? I played him, and he got hurt.
Who's that?
Geis.
Oh, is that a bad beat? That's a perfect segue into your fantasy bad vice.
Yeah.
Is that how you said?
Yeah, bad vice.
Bad vice. I'm messing it up because I'm trying to make it sound like advice. Bad vice.
Bad vice. I mean, yeah, I like Matthew Berry and all those guys. I mean, they were obviously buying into it.
He's a Redskins fan, though, so you gotta be careful with him and Redskins players, man.
But I should have learned the lesson. I mean, I want to keep him so bad because it's like one of those things. I don't want to let him go, and all of a sudden next year he has a full year, and he plays 14 games, and he has 1,400 yards rushing, and it's like, oh, he's a top 6 running back in the league, and yet I didn't stick with him.
He is playing for the Redskins, though.
Dude, Dwayne Haskins does not have it.
So
does not have it.
It's a disaster organization right now. Another team I won't have a player from is Redskins.
That's a good point. I mean,
won't have one for the Cowboys or the Redskins.
Like you know, I know you don't want to have for anybody from the Cowboys because you're not a fan. You're a fan of the Redskins. But like, I do try to look at offenses going into the year thinking, okay, this team's going to be terrible. Like the Giants. Like, yeah, Saquon is a beast, but their offense is a dumpster fire. It's like I would not feel comfortable having any receiver from the Giants. So I try to look at offenses like year to year and be like, okay, is this going to be a good offense?
Definitely not as a starter. I mean, Tate or now that he's hurt, Slayton is like your injury fill or something like that. But
yeah, like a bye week guy.
Yeah, but not as a every week in and out starter.
Yeah. He's no DJ Shark.
If Evan Ingram gets healthy and comes back, then you definitely don't want their wide receivers because then it's just Ingram and Barkley.
He's kind of like Darius Guy. I mean, not as bad, but he just kind of gets nicked up every now and then. Misses 3 games here and there. They'll come back and have a 5-catch, 85 yards, 2 touchdown game.
That's another one of the just luck elements involved here. I mean, I thought, Evan Ingram's a guy who I tried to get because I, had, for whatever reason, had these high hopes or a big belief in him. I mean, he's been super injury prone this year, and that's something that would have, that could have hurt my team. But I just kind of lucked up and didn't get him, or nobody would, whoever has him, Jay Lee wouldn't trade him to me or whatever. I don't even know if I asked for him this year,
because we had a bidding war for him in San Francisco. So last year,
yeah,
you and I kind of went head to head for him. Oh my dude!
Hey, Eli's back. Hall of Fame. He heard us talking.
It looked like he put everything he had in that throw.
Look at him. Let's get it. Marching down the field.
I mean, look at this thing. He takes a crow hop. Ugh.
Look at that. Dropped it in the basket.
That was a good pass.
It was a great pass.
You know who it reminds me of? Mario Manningham.
Probably the same play call. Could Peyton put the pads on it now and come back and win 3 games?
No, God. He looked – did you see him his last year?
Yeah. He looked terrible.
He did, man.
It looked bad. But the issue was that he looked so good for so many years. It's like even if he was going 60% of what he was or 50%, that 50% drop would look terrible. Nah, we gotta get our producer mic'd up, man. Yeah. Lucas wants some Domino's.
I'm good. Yeah, I ate before I came, man.
Yeah.
Got the best producer in the world, man.
The best.
not all over us, letting us do our thing, asking us if we want some pizza.
Eli's not looking bad.
Uh-oh.
But that's when he shows up.
Bite that apple.
I know. That's when he shows up. I mean, if he comes out, and let's say he has a 400-yard passing game tonight. Jeez. Like a huge game.
What's he at right now?
He's over 100 yards.
Is he?
Yeah. Oh, Saquon, get off me. Get off me.
If you're in real quick, I mean, we mentioned it briefly. If you're in a redraft league, where are you taking Saquon, number 1 overall again?
I would.
Over McCaffrey? Or
I think I'm taking
Dalvin Cook?
Well, I mean, McCaffrey's played every game.
Every game.
Barkley's missed time.
Yeah, I guess if it's a redraft league, I look at it maybe a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Although who knows,
God, why do people play those things?
Dude, I don't know, but
here we go. Here we go.
Fumble by Eli. It was 1st and goal from the 9. Now it's going to be 2nd down and goal.
I'm in one
from the
redraft
16.
league. I'm in one.
I see.
But it's just because
appeal.
it's with like people like that are not all close friends, and we know some of us know each other well, and then some of them are just people that kind of come and go from Berry College.
Yeah, he's 110 yards.
Professors don't always stick around, so it's hard to kind of in that situation have it be a keeper. But
Did y'all think McCaffrey's going to be this good?
I didn't think he'd be.
I did not.
Nope. I thought last year was kind of his ceiling.
Yeah. I mean, he was still top 5.
Oh my gosh, dude. Wide open. Look at who's that? 37 jumps up. I'm like, Eli just misses it, right?
Yeah, he just misses him.
You gotta love the DBs. Not today.
I left him open for you.
Dude, he's wide open. Did he tip it?
Oh,
Maybe
he
he
did
tipped
tip it.
Okay, all right. Somebody blew
Why
the
didn't
assignment
Why
there.
didn't he? Yeah, why didn't he throw that
27.
sooner?
Oh, that's Jenkins. Oh, okay.
Oh,
all
that's
right.
a good effort.
Sorry. Well,
That's
there you go.
celebratory worthy.
Keep your mouth shut, commish.
Is this going to be an Eli scramble?
Oh God, no.
I mean,
31 says not today as well.
was his name Jalen Mills? Get him next time, Eli.
Y'all got anybody on your team you are praying is in a different uniform next year?
Odell Beckham.
Dude, what? Yeah, I mean, dude, I saw you sat him. And Brad, I'm over here watching with Brad yesterday, and I'm like, Brad, I was like, Moniz sits Beckham, puts in Robbie Anderson, who goes off for
18 points.
That's man, like a guru.
It just had the foresight. And then, Brad and I are trying to figure out how you sit Beckham, but then again, we start talking about, well, if you've had him all year, I'm sure you're just sick of it, man. Like just tired.
I mean,
of
look
it.
at his numbers.
Oh, they're
Terrible.
terrible.
I mean, take the name away. There's no way you're playing that guy. And he's injured.
point.
He's playing injured.
Yeah.
He has a groin injury, which
I didn't even know that. I'm so
I've had
disconnected.
before. And there ain't no way he's making the cuts and stuff like that. Which makes him obviously a big part of how he gets open. But even when he wasn't injured, Baker couldn't find him the ball. So if he's injured and he's still playing with Baker, what's the likelihood of? I mean, it's just not good. So
Where do you hope he ends up next year?
there was some talk. I've seen a little buzz.
Oh, fly Eagles fly?
Yeah, a little
Wow,
heading to the Eagles.
dude, that would be blasphemous.
So I'd definitely be okay with that.
Yeah.
Definitely a better offense.
That'd be fun.
I mean, part of Eagles this year is all their wide receivers have been injured.
Yeah,
So
Jordan Matthews is playing. That tells you all I need to know.
He was on a championship team in our league in 2010 or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
anybody else?
I'm Kareem Hunt.
Where do you want him to go? You said Miami. You mentioned Miami the other day.
I think Miami's going to not only get, top 2 or 3 pick, but they're going to spend some money.
That's a team I would not want my player to go to right now.
It's all about the offensive line.
Agreed.
I'd have to figure out who the offensive line is going to be.
I think they're still going to be
Garbage?
trash.
Probably. I mean, I look at a team like the Falcons, and I'm like, okay, it'd be awesome if he went there.
Devontae Freeman is not going anywhere.
I don't know if he's any good. See, just watching him
I
run.
see you waited till Horton was off the phone.
I mean, I'm sure he probably
He's not the
agreed.
guy he was, but they just paid him.
Yeah, they paid the wrong guy. They should have paid Tevin Coleman.
And Uncle, what's his face? Who's owner of the Falcons?
Arthur Blank.
Yeah, Uncle Arthur. He's pretty loyal. Like, it takes a while for him to move people on. So I doubt that Devonta Freeman's going anywhere.
That's a good point.
You think they should have paid Tevin Coleman?
I would rather have paid Tevin Coleman half of what they paid Devontae Freeman.
Yeah.
How about you, Steven?
5 minutes left in the half.
Players going where? David Johnson going somewhere?
He's got to do. Brad and I were talking about. He scored. He scored yesterday.
I know. I saw he was at 11 something.
Off minimal touches. So we were talking yesterday. It was like there's got to be something internal there. Like I don't think he's hurt. Because if he's hurt, why play him at all?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He tweeted. I talked about this last week. Like when they traded for Drake.
Welp.
Yeah, he tweets the whelp with the ellipses after it. So I think he might be a little bit of a diva too. You like seeing that out of your guy?
Yeah, I like it.
Little miles lowering the shoulder.
Get some.
Easy there,
He's
Rook.
not even a big guy.
Alshon's injury.
Yeah.
Non-contact.
They're going to send him.
I don't think the
hamstring.
Achilles.
Send him to
Oh,
Miami,
dude, I hope
and then Odell take his spot in Philadelphia.
Oh, Alshon. I have
So
no
Alshon
idea
Jeffrey's
where
corpse is going to Miami. Okay.
That's where they go because he's old, so it's less injuries in the warm weather.
He wants that one final year in the sun.
It's tough to get older playing in the cold all the time. I mean, you get more injuries.
I'm biased when it comes to Cam. If Cam came back healthy next year, would you? Different team, right? Like,
Is he not staying? You don't think he's going to be in the Panthers?
well, the talk is they don't know what's going to happen. I mean, the talk is they got rid of Ron Rivera, and now the talk is
Who was always fighting in Cam's corner.
Yeah, it was like big. Yeah. And now they're talking about letting Cam go because they got to pay him this year. If they keep him, they got to.
Yeah.
Like it's they got to pay him. So now he said as recently as yesterday, I think, that he wants to stay. Ooh. Big hit on Wentz. He wants to stay in Carolina, but don't know who the head coach is going to be. Not sure who the coordinator is going to be. Got the weapons, got McCaffrey. I think I'd rather him stay in Carolina as opposed to like Chicago, which a lot of people have talked about.
I think Lane Johnson's injured on this play.
The Monday Night Companion.
Oh, rolled up on him.
Mona said.
Left leg.
That seems like a long podcast. Hey, Joe Rogan goes for like 6 hours, man.
You've sat and listened to.
I sat and listened to a 4-hour interview, I think, of his.
Wow.
He's a good interviewer.
I don't say sat. Like I put it like.
Come back to it.
Oh, yeah. Like if I'm in my car, turn it on.
I do. I always
shower on.
I don't do one speed. I go 1.5. Speed it up. Anything I'm listening to, it's like at 1.5.
I always saw the option there on the 1.5 or 2, and I never really considered what it was for until like relatively recently when I heard people talking about it. and I tried it and
Didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't care for the extra.
occasionally.
Speed. I'm like, if I don't have time to listen to this thing, then
Yeah.
I don't need to
What am I
listen to
doing?
it. Like people talking crazy.
I tell you what,
fast.
I did it for a fantasy podcast. Like, Chris Harris, I'm thinking, careful mentioning competitors.
David
But-
versus Goliath.
Excuse me. Chris Harris, who's got a great fantasy podcast, guys, if you're looking for one. But I fast forward to his like, or not fast forward, but I did the little like 1.5, 2 speed through his advertisements and stuff. His opening banter. He doesn't do a whole lot of opening banter though, which is why I like it.
Dude, one thing I'm surprised about this year, I'll bring it up because I saw it yesterday and I was like actually surprised. Dude, the Steelers like have a winning record.
Yeah, they've actually done their defense.
Like I think they're
incredible,
9-5. I mean that's it. That's insane. Because they only got 3 weeks out of Big Ben, dislocated elbow or broken elbow. You got Mason Rudolph, who is not good. I think he's a competitor, but I just don't think he's that good. And then Hodges, who was on their practice squad,
Hodges.
and it's just like he's winning ball games for him. And like I guess Mason Rudolph was winning ball games for him. I had no idea.
Their
Their
defense is
defense.
winning games for them.
Right.
Hodges. Y'all seen Colors? Oh, the leg. Hodges.
Who's
We need to watch Colors, man. It's like
Sean
Robert
Penn?
Duvall and Sean Penn.
Oh yeah, they're cops in L.A.,
South
right?
Central, yeah, doing the Crips and Bloods.
Yeah, they're going. I've only seen like 10 minutes of that.
How'd you see 10 minutes and not watch the whole thing? How'd you see 10 minutes and be like, you know what? Where's the rest of this? This gem.
It's a gem. Um,
A little pep in the step. Eli coming out on that field like Moniz after a fantasy win. A little pep.
2-time Super Bowl MVP.
Look at that. Look at those names. Tell me he ain't no Hall of Famer.
Wow. He looks like an insurance salesman.
And the big thing about those, man, is that he beat, Brady.
Twice.
The GOAT, they say.
I mean,
If you beat the GOAT twice, if you're 2-0 against the
in
GOAT,
the Super Bowl.
what's that make you?
A goat killer. I always like when they say it's
The butcher.
It's the butcher. Dude, Eli the butcher.
Eli the Butcher.
No one's ever called him that. This is my town, New York. They call me the butcher.
That's your Bill the Butcher.
That's my Bill the Butcher. Yeah. It's terrible.
Terrible.
Dude, Gangs of New York would have been great without Cameron Diaz.
I'm okay with Diaz.
I think that was a mistake.
I heard somebody else saying that, like on the podcast earlier this week. What is it? I mean, like, I don't love her in it, but she didn't like ruin it for me.
I think they could have gotten somebody else. I think Charlize Theron wasn't available.
She just always seems like it's hard to take her like on a serious role because her face just
Who,
always
Diaz?
seems comical in a sense. Like she's always seems like she's kind of.
You want Charlize in that role? She'll steal it.
That's true. She will take it.
Dude, look at Eli, son.
Boom.
Put it right there for him.
Only place his receiver could get it.
That's not Odell.
Hey. Not Mario Manningham either. Play a shot game. Y'all can play it because y'all drink. Every time you hear Mario Manningham. Ding. Take a shot. Nope. Not a good one.
I'll be on
Take
that.
a sip of Guinness.
Hey.
Lucas is in.
I'm not a big shot. I'll sip on some whiskey.
If we got some free Casamigos tequila, I'll be in. Lucas is
Guess you haven't had good whiskey.
Oh, Eli with the
Hold the
scramble.
Oh, he is out of bounds. Look at 31.
He's saying it's a catch.
It's a catch. He lands 6 yards out of bounds. 6 yards out of bounds.
Close.
He's like, that was in.
Dude, Eli. I mean, he looks rested. How about that? He looks rested.
Fresh.
Look at this on the run.
I just can't wait for the Eli Peyton nationwide commercials with Brad. Because they're coming.
I mean, dude, not even close. 31.
God, that has to hurt, man. Getting rolled up on like that.
Where you at, Moniz? Let's check the score.
Oh.
No touchdowns. No good.
What the heck happened there?
Moniz.
You can't let me Bill the Butcher impression? That's cool, man.
Give it to me again. Bill, tell me your thoughts on Eli tonight.
Nah, I ain't got it, man.
Oh.
Didn't seem natural.
Was that the first time you've ever done Bill the Butcher?
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever done.
You could tell. I mean, like, I'm not knocking your impressions, man, because you're a lot better than
Does he have a glass eye in that movie? Does he have a glass eye? Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
it's like a
He taps it with his knife.
yeah.
Beck's never heard Deech's Hannibal Lecter.
Hello, Clarice.
It is something to behold.
That's what he does when
Yeah,
he...
buddy?
Fava beans.
Yeah. Nice kind
It's
of
more of a slurping.
a nice kind of fava beans.
That's pretty
And
good.
a nice Chianti.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Uh-oh.
Deech
Deech is not going to like to hear this, man.
Rivalry.
You're getting in his territory there, man.
Stepping in his lane.
How much time we got in the...
2 minutes.
We got 2? That's not 2-minute warning yet. Okay. I'll shift gears here in a minute. Boog.
That shirt is holding on for dear life. What's his hands doing?
What? Dude, look at his finger. Look at his left finger.
Oh my gosh. He never put it back into place.
It's just like, oh, look at the pinky. Looks like Chubb's hand from Happy Gilmore. My gosh, dude. I've never noticed that. Dude, Brad cannot stand Joe Tessitore.
Wow.
Chubb.
I've actually never seen him on
Chubbs.
camera.
Who?
Booger. And there's probably a reason, because his mangled hand.
Jeez, that was rough, man.
Oh, Ertz.
Get busy, Ertz.
Get busy living. Get busy dying.
Oh, Gangs of New York.
Yeah. That's from Gangs New York.
2-minute warning. Philly cheesesteak? Dude, this like Horton. I need Horton here for this one because I feel like he's the only one that's going to put up a fight.
If we're talking about cheesesteaks, no.
Philly cheesesteak versus New York pizza.
What kind of cheesesteak, though? A traditional or traditionals with whiz?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Like, people think that the provolone is the original.
No.
No. And there's several places you choose from. There's Jim's, Geno's, Pat's. You know, I've only had
Larry's makes a good
Subway. They make a good one.
Subway. Philly connection.
Yeah. They even still have Philly connections. Those went out of business.
Did they? That's a shame. We had one in Cartersville.
I never had a cheesesteak until I went to Philadelphia. I purposely never had a cheesesteak until I went there. I went to Jim's.
Jim's?
Gem. Yeah. So I went there for a sexual assault conference. It wasn't not what you're thinking. I know. We were there to help victims. And but we went to Philadelphia for like a week, doing like, learning how to deal with that stuff and helping people out. And I had gyms like 3 different times.
Oh, you like it like that?
Oh, it was insane. And I mean, they had street vendors with them, and I meant to get one before I left, but I was like, nah, I've had 3. I gotta call it at some point. I'm not that fat. So But you're going cheesesteaks versus New York style pizza.
Yeah.
I'm going New York pizza.
Are we talking good? Are we going to judge the best of the best or the worst of the worst?
You got to go best of best. Well, I mean, just typically what you.
Standard for both.
Yeah, your standard. Your standard for both. Mona's going New York pizza.
I'm going cheesesteak.
I mean, you have to. You're the cheesesteak guy. I mean, you took a whole separate special vacation from New York to go to Philadelphia to get a cheesesteak.
Yeah.
If you didn't pick cheesesteak, then I was going to be very disappointed.
You got to have the whiz on it, right?
With the whiz. Not provolone.
The whiz.
The whiz. Steve?
I'm going to go New York pizza because I feel like it.
Getting pulled over for that call.
Wait, is that a transition? Oh, it's a little premature.
We came in 2 minutes late. We're going out 2 minutes early, baby.
You know what that means? 2 minute warning.
2 minute warning. That was the 2 minute warning.
Hey, 2 minute warning's huge around here. We take it very seriously.
That's when the hurried up offense begins.
Halftime is 2 minutes away.
Yeah.
I got to be in the mood for Philly cheesesteak. Now, when I am, and it's fantastic.
Have you had the real deal back here?
No, unfortunately not. I've had places like down here, like in Atlanta,
that supposedly do it the right way.
Well, from owned by
people from Philly,
Philadelphians. Yeah.
So they use Cheese Whiz.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's one we vacationed in Clearwater Beach a couple years ago, and they had one off the beach. I went and got that was the first Philly one I had. It was the owners were from Philadelphia, and it was great.
I've never had the Cheese Whiz version, so
I agree with that. I gotta do the cheese whiz and peppers.
Oh yeah,
peppers definitely.
And onions. You go onions on yours?
Onions.
Yes.
Okay.
Too. Yeah. Same here.
But I haven't been in Philadelphia.
But no, I haven't gotten it there. But more times than not, I mean the slice, the New York.
Just a plain cheese?
No, I got to put a little something on it. Some peppers.
Something.
I'm good with
it's got to be something creative, something off the beaten path.
Like pineapple? For all y'all that don't know, I'm a big Hawaiian pizza.
It was amateur hour. We go to a big time New York pizza joint.
Was it John's?
We're ordering pepperoni.
I think it was also called Jim's something too.
Pineapple. Thankfully, me and Jay Lee were there.
Pepperoni's classic, man. I mean, I know you don't care for pepperoni that much, but
you're right. That's fair.
Pepperoni is classic.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get create a standard to compare to other places.
Yeah.
Right. Then pepperoni is going to be your safest bet to go with. Just I'm gonna go standard here so I can get a fair comparison. So when I go to places I haven't been before with pizza, I'm gonna get standard.
Yeah.
Now the exception was in San Francisco. They had the Portuguese chorizo, which is a type of Portuguese sausage, and on that pizza, and that was.
I was on that calzone. That was in the place was called Calzone.
Yeah, and that was the best pizza I've ever had. It was.
That's big time, man.
The waiter was awful, but
the waiter was 90 years old.
He wasn't awful. He was
very rude.
Yeah, he
was rude.
He was rude.
Yeah, he was definitely rude to Ashley several times.
The legend?
Yes.
Oh, dude, that's jealousy is all that is. He saw that face and that physique, that hair. He said that's probably a guy who had a chance to make it back in his heyday and then didn't.
He said life's not fair.
What he was I was completely. What happened? I don't even remember this.
He asked about something on the menu, and the guy said, "Do you see it on there?"
Yeah. He was asking him. He was asking to make a modification on something. Can I get that with? It's no, you're going to get it my way.
Yeah, he brought some.
It's what?
He brought some definite attitude.
Okay. Well, glad we're here.
No shout out to Calzone then.
The pizza.
Fire your waiter.
The pizza was great though.
What was his name? He's old
white haired guy.
Yeah.
Fire the old white haired guy. And then we'll talk.
We'll talk about
mentioning
good block.
We'll mention her name on our
podcast.
Free of charge.
Pizza place that shall not be named until
then. Maybe I'll just call you Stromboli's.
Get the name
Slap
wrong.
in the face.
Dude,
Look at this 2-minute offense from Eli.
just nothing but completions. You like this rule where it's a continuous clock, or you like it in college better when they get the first down, they stop the clock until they
Continuous.
Yeah.
Adults.
Yeah, come on.
It's stop
What's
the
all
clock
this
crap.
timeouts?
Pee Wee football again.
That's a bad throw right
Dude,
there.
what's Saquon Barkley got?
Not much. I'm going up against him.
Any guesses?
He's probably got like
7 points.
I'm gonna go 4.6, if that.
4.1.
4.1.
Nice, good job.
Man, I should have played a different defense.
You could have. I mean,
I
like
should
you
have played a
could
different
have,
defense.
and then like I still would have been in it.
Good grief.
I might have had a little more hope. about
Moniz
this
had a little
game,
more
too.
hope. Moniz could have lost and still been in it.
Yeah, that's all Beck's fault.
It's always my fault. It's okay. I take the blame for everything. It's cool. Dude, I had a huge pet peeve.
Dice was bad though, man. Him going down. But go ahead. Sorry.
I had a huge pet peeve today.
-8. What?
In Chick-fil-A. Shout out Chick-fil-A. Love Chick-fil-A. It's not just for moms and kids.
People go, hey, dude, you weren't giving a lot of shout outs here, man. People want to start paying up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that struggling company called Chick-fil-A better start paying up. Oh, touchdown.
Oh, my God. Dude.
Mario Manningham.
Slayton.
Wow.
Look at the ref. Dude, he is. I wish we had our volume on, but our producer won't let us turn it up.
All I can say is this.
I'm
Eli
sure-
Manning has at least 160 yards passing.
dude.
Think about this.
I mean,
Someone is
170.
is in one of those tough, tight leagues, and they had put Slayton in.
It's a flyer.
And yes, it's just, and then he's got.
There's a deep 2-quarterback league somewhere where Eli's playing.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
And
That's why I think
that's winning them the season.
I mean, that.
exactly.
First of all, Eagles defense, what are you doing?
See,
Yeah,
that's the
third
kind of-
down, letting people behind you?
That's the kind of like randomness and changes the league that I definitely
Yeah.
fear is like all this like going along of all this excessive taking away possessions and adding in some of these extras, but where it becomes like guys like this is what's winning fantasy football.
Well, I think the danger is, in my opinion, I could be off because I mean,
What's the move right here?
yeah, let's watch this.
I mean, that's just, oh, dude,
just
what
ran
are you?
straight between them.
Yeah.
Well,
Safety thinks he's got
Eagles
man
secondary
behind.
doing their thing.
I mean, the safety there just dumb. Wow.
Yeah.
Eli put it on the money, though.
It's a good defense to come back to. Good secondary to come back to.
That's a good point. So, yeah, so I was in Chick-fil-A, and I kind of do things the right way. You know, I don't, if I need a refill, which I did today, I don't go and just stand by a register and, you know, with my cup out, and then waiting for somebody to come up and say,
You get in line
yeah, get back in line behind people who are waiting to order their food.
because you were raised right.
Yeah. Unless there's a dedicated refill line where I know there's 5 people with their drinks and there's someone dedicated
Designated like refill
Yes.
worker.
Yes.
I'm here for your refills.
Because at Chick-fil-A, they have still not figured out that people can get their own drinks. You still have to go up to the counter to get a drink. I'm
Coveted.
like, yeah.
To be fair to their credit, usually they have someone wandering around picking up trays
Yeah.
and stuff that will come and ask you to refill.
And the one I usually go to, they do that, but this one didn't. And so, I'm waiting in line. I'm behind like 5 people, and this guy comes in behind me, and he's like, "You allowed to order food?" I was like, "No, I've already eaten. I'm just getting a refill." And I didn't say anything else. And a young woman, you know, they employ a lot of college-age kids. She was taking her food to different tables. People's orders are coming up, and she was taking different tables. This guy behind me goes, "Hey, when she comes back, just get her attention, and she'll get your refill." Like, okay, there's strike one.
telling you how to live your life.
Telling me how to live my life. Guy I've never met before.
Nazi?
Yeah, guy I've never met.
He wants you out of his way.
Yeah. I mean, I was definitely in this guy's way. And so I'm like, okay. No, I don't really dig that. And so I was like, nah, I'm good. So I'm waiting, and the girl comes back, and she doesn't have a tray. She's going back behind the counter. So, but she's like 15 feet away from me. I'm not going to be like, hey, can I get a refill? And try to get her attention. But I didn't do it. And I look over, and this guy's just looking at me. Like upset that I didn't get her attention.
How old's this guy?
Early 50s.
Okay, boomer.
Early 50s, runs a 5.5 40. So
I'm keeping Ertz.
So people
Sanders
start like moving up to order their food. And dude, I'm like just kind of moseying up. I don't creep up on people. I give them space. So I'm not like trying to get.
This isn't the drive-through car line where
Right.
every inch matters for people
Right.
to get the order in.
But this guy, instead of being behind me, now he's beside me. like he's like now he's like trying to pass me. And so finally, this lady on the end says, I'll take the next person.
Does he step up?
No, I go up there. I said, can I get a refill on sweet tea? And she's like, yeah, no problem. She refills it. Now, etiquette, society tells us that you wait for the person who's behind the register to do what?
Move out of the way.
Right. Move out of the way, and for the person who's checking you out to be like, raising a hand.
I'll take the next.
Yes. No. This guy did not do that. I literally was turning to put my lid on and almost ran into him. And he's ordering as he's walking up to the register. I'll take 12 nuggets. And I'm just like, this guy's the problem. Like I trying to tell me I live my life. Everything's moving too slow for him. And I was just like, dude. And my alter ego, I'm just like, I back heel kick this guy in the next week.
Pulling a former, what was y'all's league? Your wrestling.
Oh yeah, HCW.
Yeah.
Backyard wrestling.
But I wasn't. I was not in
backyard
that.
wrestling
I was
move.
not good enough to be in that league.
Oh, I'm
You
sorry.
didn't do that?
I didn't.
No.
I'd bring up a sore spot.
Did you want to?
Sorry.
Mona's touchy subject there, Mona's.
No, I mean, I was never approached by the upper echelon at HCW to
Were you waiting on it? You were waiting on it.
just a 10-day contract would have been nice,
Just a try.
Just a one match. So I think I did have a tryout, but I didn't know it was a tryout. So HCW was this fantastic backyard wrestling league put on by Matt Milia. And
Shout out Matt Milia.
truly,
It's pretty good.
I look back on that and I'm thinking, how in the world did that even become popular? Like it, not saying it shouldn't have, but it literally, you look back and, oh, we're at halftime. This could be the halftime story.
There is no halftime
All right.
story. But go ahead.
But I mean, people started showing this thing, like, backyard
we were always there.
wrestling on a trampoline. People were literally showing up. There were girls from our grade going to this thing. And I remember when it first started,
There were girls there?
There were girls there.
You don't remember? You know, being at Brad's and us
Dude.
like being there and then like looking out and being like,
Vaguely.
oh man, look.
I was there at the first one.
Matthew's
Like,
going.
me and Russ, Russ and
participated,
we were there
right?
at the first one.
Or like the OGs like bringing in like
Yeah.
Rock does now.
See, he was having things over at Tex Bagley's house on a Wednesday night after Bible study, and I had a match with Todd Trowbridge, and I don't think it went well. I don't think I sold it enough, and I think Matt saw all he needed to see.
That's a tough
Jason
draw.
Beck.
Todd Trowbridge.
Rush.
Rush, yeah, and he was green. That's all I gotta say.
Wait, literally?
No, like he was green, as in like not good.
Oh, I was like, did he paint himself? I was like, because he needed. Hey, I was there for Rush's first performance of all. I mean, like he needed a new gimmick. They had this thing set up, man. They had like this gauntlet set up, right? It was a gauntlet match with like Matthew.
Sorry. X-rays on Pat Mahomes' hand.
Positive or negative?
They didn't. They said they were going to talk about it.
Okay.
They had this gauntlet match set up between Tex, Matt, and Todd, aka Rush. And then
Todd is a jobber, essentially. He's the guy that gets beat up. Supposedly.
Gets wrecked. So anyway, they go from the trampoline over to the dog pen where they have a full-grown Rottweiler
and a Husky.
And a full-grown Husky, Blue, right?
Yep.
And they're supposed to be like man-eating dogs, right? Like fleshy, rabid dogs.
Matt was good at He was good at the storylines.
Oh yeah. So they jump in there and do like Matthew and Tex, of course, are selling it. They're just all out.
Yeah.
And Todd jumps over. It's like, oh, hey, Duke. Hey, Blue. Hey, boy.
Showing the fear.
And so Russ and I are crying because he's no selling the dogs. And then we're not helping Todd out because we're like, come on, Todd. Oh, I meant Rush.
No one knows where Rush came from. Let's go, Todd Trowbridge.
Parts unknown. Grassdale Road.
He's on Oak Ridge Drive. Yeah, I mean, so like we were supposed to. So before HCW got started, when we were doing it at Texas, like we were actual wrestlers. So like I was Chris Benoit, and he was Bret Hart. And Matt tells me,
you don't even bother making up your names.
Right. So like this is early.
Stole them.
Hey,
welcome to the 06010 podcast, guys.
That's right. To the 06010.
Your host Matthew Berry. Go ahead.
So like Matt told me, he's like, all right, this is what we're gonna do, and then he's gonna hit you with a reverse neck breaker, a swinging neck breaker. I was like, okay, no problem. Sell it. Then he pins me. I'm like,
This is Todd.
This is Todd, who's Bret Hart.
He's gonna get him. He's gonna get him a win here.
And I'm like, I don't really understand because that's not Bret Hart's finishing move. And Todd goes, yeah, I don't know what his finish move is. And I was like, all right.
I'm terrible at wrestling.
It's a sharpshooter.
Which he had no clue how to do.
Google was around at this point in time. He could have Googled it.
Really?
Man,
Yeah.
You're young. You're a baby. How old are you?
I'm 36.
Oh, my God.
The cameras,
Closer than I thought.
people watching, I think I'm 36. No? Good answer. For all those ladies out there
40.
watching this.
42 is what they're saying.
Sure.
Just got the feed in.
You know what they're saying that it is right, though? Single.
Just got the live results.
We'll get there one day.
Well, hey, we made it to halftime, man.
That's right. Producer Lucas.
You know what that means. All right, so we got a little experiment. Well, what do you call this, man? We got some. I got to pay some dues here. Monez and I made a bet. This is a bet we mentioned on last week's podcast. Monez and I made a bet on a game this year. After a little confusion on my part, no one else's. I lost the bet. And the bet was to essentially whoever, if I lost, which I did, I would have to advocate for kickers anytime they came up. Or if we voted on having kickers in the league, I would have to vote pro kicker. If Monez would have lost, it would have been the opposite. He would have had to advocate for a kickerless league, which may have drove him out of the league, maybe. He says no. Yeah. But I welched on the bet. I forgot that I made a stipulation that I would not play a kicker whenever we played our game to determine the winner. I said I would not play a kicker to prove, because I'm smart, that kickers don't matter, which wasn't really my point to begin with not having kickers in the league. But anyway, I played a kicker. So in essence, I welched on the bet, and now I have to pay the price. So got a bucket of ice here. I mean, it's pretty full.
Looks like it's to the brim. I mean, I'm not going to put words in your mouth or anything.
That's a half. Half?
Nah.
Fourth?
I'll give you a fourth.
Third?
There's scorpions there too, right? Scorpions.
So I will, and this is, you know what? Where's the producer? Has he got his headphones on?
No, he's in the back talking on the phone. He might be talking to the pizza guy.
Yeah. Shut up.
He wanted a little action. I don't know why. I don't know why our conversation is not good enough for people, but he wanted a little action, something to spice things up. So I said I would just, pay my, I'd pay my, deal with my consequences for welching on the bet here on the podcast. So got a bucket of ice here, somewhat. It's got some ice in it. It's a bucket of ice. It's
a bucket with
it's funny that
some ice.
Ice is plural no matter what. Plural or singular. Ice.
So we're going to put some water in it, and then for once third quarter starts. I keep
You're going to put water in it?
Or do you no? Is that a no?
Unless
you tell me.
like
Is it colder? Is it colder? I thought it'd be colder with the water.
If it was like really cold water. But I think you're going to end up just kind of melting the ice, and it's going to be like kind of looky water.
So I just go with what we got here?
I think so.
Okay,
yeah,
so
man.
when the third quarter starts,
stick it under.
I'll put my foot in ice. Just kind of paying homage to kickers here and their valuable feet, because it is called football, right, Moniz?
It's called icing the
That's right.
kicker.
It's
Hey.
Anytime someone mentions it, be it Beck or Moniz, the producer, I don't think Horton's calling back.
He's not coming back.
I think Horton's coming back. I will. I have to set it in there for 60 seconds. I feel like that'll be hard.
A minute is what you said.
Is that a minute? Yeah. So once third quarter starts, I'll tell you what. I'll start by doing it at the beginning of the third at the kickoff, and then anytime after that you say it, I'll put it in there, and then I'll continue with the segment because I'm a professional. We'll do that. Is he ordering the pizza? He's ordering. I think I hear him. Do I hear him? Is he ordering the pizza?
I heard pineapple. Producer Lucas is pretty smart. Anybody excited about Star Wars?
I think the trailer looks great. Trailers look amazing these days, man.
Yeah, they do.
They're so much better than the movies. They need to get the guys making the trailers to make the movies, because that's how it works. Because you just flip flop them and it would work out that way.
Yeah.
I think I'm more excited to see Knives Out than I am.
Recommend.
I would so watch that again. Brooke told me, she was like, "Oh, I wanted to watch that movie." It's like, you've never seen anything about it.
Aaron and I are going to go see it, I think, Friday. She
That'd be
doesn't
fun.
know, but
Yeah.
she's been really wanting to see it.
She does now,
she brought
Moniz.
It is a.
She knows she's
not
listening.
listening to this.
It is a smart movie.
She brought it to my attention. She saw it well ahead of.
Chris Evans, man, brings it.
Is he your favorite in there?
Nah, Ana de Armas. But it's probably because she's in every
She's great. She's
shot.
really good, man. It's impressive, being around the those names. She holds her
Yeah.
not only holds her own, man, she stands out.
I mean, Michael Shannon's my guy. I mean, he's fantastic, but she
love
kills it.
Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig got a lot of laughs out of me.
Blanc.
Chuckles.
Blanc.
What's his name?
Blanc.
Yeah, what's the first name? Benoit
Blanc.
Benoit Blanc. That's his name.
Now I'm Benoit Blanc. I got a pile of money.
Benoit Blanc.
Is he
It's
Texas?
He's from the South.
Does it
He's done
say?
he's done a Southern accent for the last couple of movies.
Is it like
Lucky Logan and this one.
Savannah?
I don't remember
kind
him.
of-
in Lucky
Yeah,
Logan.
it's like
It is like deep South, like deep. It's like
I got
South Georgia.
a pile of money.
Could be.
I don't
could
know.
Be,
I don't know who gave it to me or who sent it to me, but I'm here to find out who this killer is.
Like Gone with the Wind, kind of.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's a draw, man.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
Rhett Butler,
That's Augusta, Georgia, I think.
and he's bringing it.
He's great. Fun movie, man. So fun.
But Star Wars, I'm excited about it. I'm not hopeful that it's going to get great closure, but
I got a little emotional, man. Like
really,
because it's the last one, right?
That's what they say.
something. Yeah, I mean, look, it's Disney. They're going to make money. You know, we're not ESPN. We're not
It's the
owned by
last one
Disney.
of this series, but,
Right.
You know, they have the new series coming out that's on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Surely they're going to turn
I've heard this
that
really good.
into a movie.
Yeah, I've heard
You
it's
know.
fantastic. I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's fantastic.
That's going to be a Star Wars movie. Is it directly tied to, I guess, the storyline that we're watching? No, but I think I just feel like they didn't do a good job.
I think Anakin's ghost comes back.
The first one, I felt like they did a good job giving homage to the original, bringing in the new. But then since then, Luke Skywalker,
Going astray.
that last one was just, it was terrible.
Oh, you didn't like the one with Luke?
No, I think he was just.
When he just bailed on everything, he's like, "Oh, everything I've been fighting for, I'm not going to fight for it now."
Third quarter.
Here comes that. Oh man, dude,
Where's our producer?
something stinks. That was nice.
There he is. Hey, it's
Predict-
third quarter. Ice bucket challenge.
Ice
On the
bucket
way.
challenge.
I was going to cut my toenails, but I didn't have time, man.
You need as much insulation as you can get, man.
Don't zoom in here.
Woo!
Come on, hit it.
Zoom in or
I don't handle cold well. I will say that, man. I'm going to be a little baby here. There it is. Is there a woman after this?
There it is. It started.
Does she start talking or something?
suspense and
Like it's already cold. I think he stuck it in like the. Is it cold down here?
Get it.
I'm not going to say this. He
Get it under.
everybody. He's not looking too good. He's not looking too pumped to be doing this,
We get a timer.
dude.
I got
Let me
it.
do every. You gonna be honest, Moniz?
Of course.
I do trust you. Oh God, dude, look at my toenails. We can pterodactyl claws. man.
Why don't you pick up that Coke can?
Oh man, you got it running yet?
No, it ain't under there.
Oh, it's gonna
You got to get it under the ice.
All right.
It hurts. It hurts.
It's been
Why
there
does it hurt?
It's been 2 seconds.
Dude, it aches. I'm told you I'm not good with this.
There's
Like
guys that
these
sit
ice
in
baths,
baths.
I can't do it, man. I don't see how they do it. That hurt. Where are we at? Oh my God, man.
Dude, it's been 18 seconds.
Oh God, it hurts.
All right, everybody.
Take over.
Okay. Steven's out. If he ever gets, Eli looking like Eli right there with a sack.
Maybe this is why his
is-
his foot and ankle injury never got better
Yeah,
because he couldn't ice it.
This is why he doesn't play basketball, because he knows if he has to ice that ankle one more time, he's done.
It's making me sick. I'm nauseous.
Hang in there.
Where we at?
10 seconds left.
Dude, wow. He's near death over here. Eagles needed that stop.
All right.
Oh my God, dude. F you. Give me a 5-minute breather, man, please. Beg you. There's like red splotches develop. I mean, is this normal?
Oh, no, he's got frostbite.
Don't scare me like that, man.
Dude, when I play you next year, I'm changing my name to Frostbite. Or
Sub-Zero.
No, I'm keeping it. I might keep my team name, Too Cold Scorpio.
Oh, I saw that, man. It's a nice little.
Yeah, I felt like giving some homage to some old school wrestlers. Too Cold Scorpio. Shout out. Dude, the Eagles need to score right here.
Hey, who plays a defense that gives up 37 points to the Dolphins the week before? This guy.
Dude.
Give me a flag.
Nothing. Just.
Do you know they're getting booed?
Yeah.
For everything
Philadelphia is
man.
ruthless.
They're going to be calling for Wentz's head, man. They're not believers.
All right, Monez, man, just not to get into it and to rehash stuff that we've talked about, but, you know, as you said, you felt like you were – anyway, I think, you know, you said you felt a little attacked last week. But I did, you know, we all kind of gave our
I think there was just anytime kickers. I was mentioned, it was just kind of negative stories.
Some disdain.
Yeah, and I was like, if anybody doesn't know me,
that's really
I'm a tool bag right now of the league.
And that's not fair because you're a great guy. I think they're getting to know you now. I think the hundreds tuning in feel better about it now.
The tens and the tens.
That's your rock.
Yeah, that's my rock.
But I just wanted you to give in all sincerity, give your side of, you know, have a chance to defend the kickers. I won't retort, but just because we all shared last week, me, Brad, Beck, and
some were for, some against.
Yeah,
I mean, the whole thing, just in a sense, was you were definitely putting it out there consistently about kickers being needed to go. So at first I was just like, didn't really have that strong a feeling about it.
Until I kept running my mouth.
And then until you kept going. And until you kept like, it wasn't just like, well, I disagree. It was more like little jabs at me and what I was saying versus just the content of what we were talking about. So then I was like, okay, well, I guess now I'm in. And then
that's good.
So you started out like at a 1, and then all of a sudden, once he kept doing his thing. It's like, now I'm at a 10. Like
Steven wants to draw me in, and he did a good job of doing that for sure.
I call that the cake gate effect.
Yeah,
the Jason Beck effect.
Yeah,
I do that for.
There's always got to be a heel.
For theatrics,
entertainment purposes, which I kind of knew, but I was like, you know what?
And it came back to bite me.
I'll indulge Steven, and I'll go into it.
I'll bite.
Obviously, my love, in a sense of just not a passion or anything, but just like my, leaning towards kickers is, I'm the soccer guy. So therefore there is a part of me that just does appreciate what most people probably here in the South that have any idea of soccer at all would not appreciate anything that a kicker does because they have no clue really what it takes to be able to do that type of skill.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that in any way that they are as valuable as other positions
right.
in regards of the overall total part of the game, but they obviously, are important. They
win ball games.
They do win and lose ball games, so they have They definitely have an effect of the outcome of games. They are scoring points, and I'm okay. I mean, if I didn't like randomness, I wouldn't be playing fantasy football. Like if I was that against randomness, then I wouldn't play fantasy football because
fair point.
Because it is just you have to. It's a love-hate relationship for me. Is that you love it when things kind of go your way and you hate it when it goes against you. But the idea of the fact that you're not sure which way Lady Luck's going to fall with you on some of these things is actually what makes it so enjoyable. if everything was so predictable, then it would be really not entertaining at all. So I like and I still don't necessarily think that's the most. I think there is some comparison with defense, special teams, and then even some depending on the season. Sometimes tight ends can be, to me, just as random as kickers can be.
Yeah, like Julius Thomas when he broke out in Denver. He had been around. He'd been in the league 2 or 3 years, and then all of a sudden he becomes a top 5 tight end. I mean, granted, Peyton was there, but
I mean, you can look at the waiver wire and be like, who would ever play this guy in tight end? And he had 12, 15 points.
Tyler Higbee.
The other tight end, Hurst for Baltimore this week. Sorry. Mark Andrews had 1 point something points, and Hurst had like 13 or 12 or something like that. Like, so to me, it's like you have to just accept that that is random. I could rabbit trail more and more, but I'm just gonna leave it there.
Dude, Eli Manning, a stat that they just put up on TV.
I thought that was interesting too.
He's 116 and 116. If this is his last game and he wins it, he's 117 and 116 in his career.
Just like his winning seasons for the Super Bowl.
That just seems terrible.
And then it showed 3 guys who were under 500 and also in the Hall of Fame, though?
Yeah, Blanda, Joe Namath.
I
didn't catch the other one.
I can't remember. And then, so I think Eli's in.
He'll get in.
What's Matt Ryan? I wonder what Matt Ryan's career record is. It can't be. It's not like 60 and 40. It's probably worse than that.
60 and 40?
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I think he's probably right there with Eli, where he's like, because they've had years where they're, 3 and 12 or 3 and 14. Oh, that was terrible. I can't even count 3 and 13. Dude, it's the champ.
Is Horton back?
Are you in? Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, I'll call in. Let me call in.
Uh-oh.
All right, we got you.
Pex is coming on. Gonna gloat.
Got the champ calling in. Got the owner of the house calling in.
Old B Melia.
Sorry, I was trying to look up Ryan's record. Should I do the bucket thing again?
Ice, baby.
Mona's calling for it. You got it?
It's got to get under. Get it under.
I feel it in my thigh already.
What about your hip?
All right, take over.
Dude, all right, so Matt Ryan, he started 196 games. He's 110, 86.
Obviously, records don't really matter.
Tom Brady's 247 and 73.
That's good.
Ben Roethlisberger, 157 and 79. Wow. Jeez.
It just hurts.
Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's a good quarterback. I know I'm not saying anything shocking here, but he is consistent. Even was it 2 years ago they had a bad year? I think your foot's changed shape.
God,
dude. That is the flattest foot I've ever seen in my life. You have no arch.
That's why he doesn't play basketball anymore.
Dude, what's up with that?
I can clap with my feet. They look like hands.
Let me hear you clap.
Hold on, dude. You have no arch.
None. Brooke doesn't either.
Your kids
are
through.
Nah, they're flat. God, man, it makes me nauseous. Dude, I mean, like, is that normal?
I think you would be kicked out of the army. Because of flap. He just threw up in his mouth there, everybody. Because it's so cold.
Beck, do you need to test it out?
God, that was so dumb.
Just to make sure he's not.
Test it out. I'm not afraid of the cold.
Make sure he's not doing
Afraid
something
of-
that's
afraid of
dangerous
that-
to
Your
his
foot in
health.
there too?
Afraid of that foot juice.
I washed the bucket.
You've used it twice. My feet probably stink, so I apologize.
God. Get down in there.
It's in there. That is uncomfortable. That is cold.
Is it coming up yet?
Yeah, right at my knee.
Oh.
You're at 20 seconds, Peck.
Yeah, I'm feeling like Carson Wentz is feeling after that hit. Not good.
What a dumb idea.
Dude, it hurts,
Thanks,
man.
Martin. It's been great.
Where are we at?
It does hurt.
You're at 40, almost 40 seconds.
You got
Still
20
have 20
seconds
seconds left.
Woo! It's making my ears hurt.
This makes me feel
Wow.
better.
Makes your ears hurt. Are you all right? Well, Beck takes the glasses off. His eyes are watering. He has 3 seconds. And you're out.
Oh, that's how you handle it, huh? He handled that one like a champ. He gets the applause.
You know
Get outta
when
here.
when you take it out of the eyes, I think it hurts more when you take it right out of the eye. It starts tingling.
Yeah, because all the blood
Yeah,
starts to
right.
leave.
I tell you, man, it got to the point
Dude,
where
that's uncomfortable.
it felt like it got so cold out of the ice. You know how you get out of the water and you want to get back in. I kind of felt that way.
Stick it back in.
It's not that though.
Yeah.
That is not the same. Did Brett say he was going to call?
This sounds.
Oh, I think he's waiting on me to call
That
him.
makes for some good pod. Me struggling with some ice on my foot.
All right.
Dude, Carson Wentz.
Yeah, he's trying.
Is he okay?
Dude, he hit no. Every throw he's making's hitting the ground.
Because Deech isn't playing against me this week.
Yeah.
Last week against me, Wentz making every single completion.
Eyes closed.
Yeah. This
I
week,
mean, that's
he's
just a
hitting.
terrible thing.
cannot be.
Oh, like an old number. There he is. Via Roadcaster.
We got Brad from Tampa on the phone.
Coming in the Roadcaster hotline. Brad, you there?
What's up, fellas?
Oh, there he is. Tampa two of them.
Tampa Bay.
I saw Lightning
Who we
was
got tonight?
Did y'all win?
Who we got tonight?
Tampa win?
We did not. Rough
get
go
outta
of it
here.
tonight. Yeah, outshot them, outplayed them, but you know how hockey goes.
Who'd y'all play?
Islanders.
Islanders, yeah, New York Islanders. So we got a tough stretch. We got the Island. I had the Islanders tonight. Got Florida tomorrow, and then the Bruins and Capitals on Thursday and Saturday.
Go Bruins.
Dude, they play back-to-backs in hockey. Those are real men.
Oh yeah,
Best athletes in the world, in my opinion.
82 games. I mean, 82 games
great?
a year in a sport that's physical. Pretty crazy.
Physical, graceful.
Noah.
Yeah, everything in between.
What's the topic in basketball right now? Scheduled maintenance or whatever it may be.
Load management.
Load management, baby.
Load management. No
Sounds like-
load management in the NHL.
Sounds like my dates on Saturday.
Yeah.
God.
Where's the X on that one?
What?
So who's
Come
in the
on,
cave
guys.
tonight?
Trash. What's up?
Who's in the cave tonight?
Me and Beck, and then we got Monez filling in.
Okay. Monez.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, man?
Just enjoying your house while you're not here.
Hey, take care of it,
Thanks
man.
for the hospitality.
I'm living your life.
I tried to get Vanessa to fill in for me tonight, but she said she couldn't do it.
We need to get the wives on there one day.
Oh, man, it'd be great.
Dude, a wise podcast.
Give their side. Like, what's it like living with fantasy players, fantasy football
Aaron would be pretty
players.
good at that.
Would
Would it be
She's got her
better
own
for
podcast right now?
Yeah, would it be better for
saw
video
that.
with the eye rolls and stuff like that? Like, oh, okay.
Well, like most things, they'd probably do 100 times better job than we do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
And look better doing it.
I'm watching last night. I'm on pins and needles, and of course it's late last night, and I'm actually, sitting up, got my pillows up in the bed, just had packed to go to Tampa. Vanessa's sleeping. Like, dude, can you turn the volume down? Would you stop screaming at the TV? Let me go to bed.
Oh, the Sunday night game.
Yeah,
or just the
me
Chiefs?
and
Like Chiefs Patriots?
no. The Sunday night game because
Carson. Yeah, Seattle and Rams.
Dr.
Oh,
Beck
that's
had
right.
Carson and
Robert Woods.
who was on pace for I think 400 yards after the first quarter.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, I'm going to be in this thing.
Oh yeah. He turned it around.
Yeah, I think Cooper Kupp must have said something to Goff.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
Rams
well,
look
that's how you
great.
feel about. Man, I'm telling you,
Out of
they're
nowhere.
back
but
to
they're-
Super Bowl form.
Too little, too late.
I apologize.
I don't know.
3 weeks earlier.
They're in the hunt.
Wild cards? They're in the hunt for wild card?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the graphic a while ago.
Well, nobody from the NFC East is going to make it, so besides one team.
Man, how bad is the NFC East?
Terrible. I mean, Eli's looking like a superstar out there. And
Are you guys tuned in tonight?
Yeah, we're watching. Hey, they got Saquon's They got Saquon's Barkley up on the screen right now. They got Saquon's graphic right here. 14 carries, 56 yards. Redraft league, Brad, next year. Just hypothetically, where are you taking him? Number one still?
No. I don't. I don't see how anybody could take him over McCaffrey. I will say though, I was actually interested in seeing how he did with Eli Manning. I figured, Eli may make some checks and things to the line that, Daniel Jones not going to make. I think Daniel Jones, for as good as Danny Dimes may be, maybe down the road, I think he probably plays a role in what's happened with Saquon this year.
Yeah. How many games did he miss because of the ankle? 3 or 4?
I think he missed. Well, I think it's 4 counting the Tampa Bay game, which is the game that he went out.
Yeah, the injury.
But he was never right. I mean, he had a bad, high ankle sprain. He probably should have sat out another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If not 3.
I mean, he's looking good in this game. And there have been a couple of times that Eli's checked down and, gone to run plays. I just don't think the offensive line's that good.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, from what I've seen tonight, number of plays, Philadelphia's got 8 guys in the box.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to throw the ball like that.
I mean,
So no, I mean, but hey, being in a keeper league, to your point, on a redraft league, no, but in a keeper league, hopefully, hopefully the next 5 or 6 years, they get their line turned around.
how much
It's pretty crazy though.
How
I
much
will
is it
say
gonna
to
cost?
my running backs. What's that?
How much is he going to cost next year
In a redraft league? Oh well,
for us?
I
for you.
think he's 57.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we go all just. I don't
a
know.
lot of money.
Did we talk about our keeper stuff? I know we talked about it a little bit. I don't know if we talked about values last week.
We talked about
Into the mic, amateur.
Yeah, we talked about how it's the ice, man. The ice got me. We talked about like if they're
Ice check.
if they're valued by ESPN
check.
at under $15, we keep them for $15. But if their auction value from the previous year was $22, we keep them for $22.
Let the ice drop. Jeez, it
Ice
hurts already. I'm paying up on my bet on Welch and my bet with Moniz, and so
Welcher.
Yeah, I got a bucket of ice here, and so anytime somebody calls it out, I stick it in there for a minute, and it's extremely painful. I don't handle it well.
I can attest, it does not feel good.
So
I wouldn't either.
keepers are at minimum $15. It's the minimum price. And then we go off the auction values from the previous year.
Yeah.
I can't remember why we do that. Somebody wants to talk about that?
Yeah, I'll explain that. So
Thank you.
the idea is that as a GM of your team, you get the benefit of what you did in the previous year's draft. So, if, for instance, like Saquon is a good example, he's not worth $57 next year probably, but so you lose on that end. But on the flip side, if you picked up let's use maybe like a Nick Chubb or I think the Doctors team is, he's got a number of guys that, can you run down the list sort of there, JB?
Kareem Hunt.
A lot of potential.
Kareem Hunt, $15. Darius Geis, $15. Chris Carson, maybe $22.
Right. So,
yeah.
And the idea there is that, if somebody, has some players that they pick up or that they draft that are real potential players and they end up being, really solid, that you get some benefit the following year.
Real
to
value.
let that sort of develop. Right.
So,
and interestingly enough, I think that's where, I know I've kept a lot of high dollar guys over the years, but it's typically the $15 guys that, really make the difference in who has the best teams.
I'll let you next year if they make a difference.
Well, you do sort of go to the extreme, right? Like,
Right.
do you have a player that's valued, that I guess going in this year, valued over $40 on the entire roster?
No.
Yeah.
They're all valued in the highest value is going to be Chris Carson, I think.
Yeah. So curious to ask, I guess, like my approach with a team like that would probably be, next year's not your year, but maybe, the year following.
That's how
you're sort of building.
That's how I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's always next year
Need
with
a
me,
touchdown
baby.
on this.
Monez, what are you doing with OBJ next year?
Man, good question.
That's a good question. We'll see.
How much is he, Brad? Do you know off top?
He's going to be expensive.
I don't.
56.
I'm sure he's probably in the 40s, like 45 or something like that.
Man,
Rich.
So if he stays at Cleveland, I don't know. I don't think I'll keep him.
too rich for my blood.
Trade him? Try to trade him, drop
I'll
him?
try. See if somebody else likes the
Somebody will take OBJ, I bet.
likes the star name still.
Oh, somebody will take him.
It's Odell.
Yeah, but Mona's a good point. It's like you put a different name on that for the last couple of years. It's like just not there. Numbers aren't there.
Who is that guy carrying the ball?
Not Miles Sanders. He's going to vulture your touchdown. That's fantasy for you.
Oh, here's our guy, Steven. Jay.
Oh, he's in?
Oh, my good. Dude, this is like his third
Red
game.
Shoes Jay.
Dude, how terrible is this for Monez?
He's about to break off an 8-yard touchdown run.
Tasker. Terrible. What am I talking about? Ertz. Oh,
Dude,
Goddard. Ertz on the false start there.
Good
And
job.
he's-
What is
Ertz.
going on with the Eagles
Ertz
here?
did that
I
so
haven't
they'd
been
have
able
to
to
throw
see a
the
lot of
ball.
this tonight.
They look terrible. Wentz is throwing everything in the ground.
Wow.
Ertz seems like a big baby to me.
Monez, you going to let him get away with that?
Honestly, I haven't paid much attention to
I just don't.
Oh.
Ooh.
how he's. I've never seen him really do anything baby-like.
What?
You all right, Lucas?
All right, but okay.
I'm not a big. The arms in the air, like, I don't know.
Dude, seriously, where's Miles Sanders? Is he hurt? He's been in there all game.
The Carson Wentz show.
I think.
Yeah, you're right.
I think we need
Second
Jay
down and
Ajayi.
10. And Jay is the man.
We're sending Jay Ajayi out on pass routes.
And Arthega Whiteside.
There goes. Wait a minute. No, it's Scott.
Who?
He hurt or something. I'm saying like Scott came in for Jay Ajayi.
We haven't been paying
Dude, this is like
super close attention, but I didn't see him.
this guy hasn't played.
like an injury.
Nah.
They might just be like, yeah, we're gonna set you out this drive because
They're throwing this.
you have so many reps already.
No,
and
it's Scott.
I had a student. I had a former student just message me on Instagram saying he listened to the podcast and kickers do matter.
Wow. Was he a kicker?
No, I think he's a tennis player and a golf player. And a basketball.
I thought about asking Kyle Tucker if he would come on with us and talk about whether he plays fantasy football and whether he feels like the kicker matters.
And you know what? Just so we're clear here, and not to rehash, but and open up a can of worms. I don't want to make it seem like kickers don't matter and their points don't matter. It was more of the
in real football.
Like and you know, obviously in fantasy they can get you. My kicker scored 16 points this week. So
did he?
Oh yeah, Wakuke.
Wow.
Young Ho.
Oh, Scott,
Look at that
vulturing
garbage,
the touchdown.
But see, that's right. You know what? Mona prepped himself for the letdown, and this is why you handle it well. Mona, I'm sorry, man. That's terrible.
Right.
Boston Scott.
It's about what I expected.
What that just sounds like an actor for best male performance.
Am I right in that if Tasker, Mona, you're playing Tasker tonight, right?
Oh yeah,
this week. Is this a 2-game win streak for Tasker if he wins tonight?
2-game win streak, and he's put up 100 both weeks. Over 100.
Is it against two of the top scoring teams in the league? Is that right?
The second and the third place scoring team. Second and third. I think Mona's is third. I'm second.
I thought I was second. Points for.
You might be after this week, but right now, I'm second. Okay. Well, let's check.
Speaking of this week, Beck, we're playing each other. I was curious, just curious on your roster this week. I don't know if you guys talked about that, but 49ers defense, were you I guess just dead set on playing them because of what they've done all year?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think that it was going to be a 46-45 game. I didn't think that they were going to get me 10 points. I thought they were going to get me 0. I was not expecting -8.
Right, yeah.
I mean, you got to think. We talked about it when the pod opened up. If I just picked up a different defense and got 5 points, that's a 13-point spread.
Right.
And I mean, as of right now, I think you're up by like 10.
Let's check.
If it makes you feel any better, I told Steven we were watching games yesterday. I went back and forth on two positions. The Steelers defense versus the Packers defense. I ended up playing the Packers, of course, and the Steelers. Steven, I don't know if you saw this. They put up 24. They scored a second touchdown yesterday.
Dude, I was going to say, I was just now looking at. They got him for 18 for whatever reason.
Oh, really? So they must have. Wow, they must have taken one off. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better.
18-7.
And then Hunter Henry and Mark Andrews. And I was actually, to be honest, I was feeling good about Andrews watching that game in the first quarter. They were going to him and actually took some deep shots to him, but he went out injured in the first quarter.
Yeah, we both got hit with the injury bugs yesterday. Guys going down.
You did, yeah. You did. I'm assuming you were going to play Fuller until he got hurt.
Yeah, he was in my. What happened with that? Did he get hurt pregame?
No, I think they just, from what I understand, they just didn't feel comfortable with. Maybe they're feeling good about where their season's going. They didn't want to take a chance that his hamstring was sort of tight throughout the week, so they sat him.
Yeah, and they got killed.
They did.
Boy. I mean, that's shocking. I was definitely surprised. I mean, definitely surprised by that.
Yeah, that was something.
But
have we talked about commissions? This win number 100, if I recall, from our episode last week, right?
Yeah, I brought it up. Congratulations. JB tried to gloss over it in the itinerary.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate
congratulations.
It. Oh, you know what? Let's see how well. Well, I don't want to rehab. I don't want to go through all the trivia again. Do you know who's third right now, all time, with 86 wins?
Third place, 86 wins. I'm going to say, is it Jay Melia?
Incorrect. Deech.
Wow, Deech.
Oh yeah, buddy. Longest playoff / top 4 finish drought for which Tasker? Now, do you know when? Everybody gets that one. Do you know when the last year he made it? when he finished in the top 4. In fact, he finished number 3 this year.
Has he ever made it?
Yep, he did.
Wow.
He did make the playoffs?
Spitting the truth.
Yes, he finished 3rd the last year he was in the top 4.
And what year was that?
Wow. Oh, that's right. What was it, like maybe 2 years ago? I remember we were talking about that, I think, last week. He had a pretty decent team like 2 or 3 years ago.
He did, but he didn't finish top 4. His last top 4 finish was 2011, 8 years ago.
Wow.
And the last one here, most last place finishes all time.
Most last place. Jeez.
This one's tough.
Is it Ashley?
Wow,
Ooh,
nailed
nice.
it. He's got 3. Horton
There we go.
and Darkside. Horton and J League have 2. Legend has 3.
Wow.
Good call, man.
I always feel like Legend is in that 6-7 range. I always feel like I'm seeing him in that range.
I'm telling you.
Legend,
I'm telling y'all.
the only champion in league history with a sub 500 level record.
Wow.
To win it that year. Or I'm sorry. Scratch that. Did not have a winning record. He was 6-6 the year he won it.
Isn't that the year, Stephen, that you had clearly the best team in the league?
Oh,
Too?
yeah. That was
Oh,
Sterling, Newton, Draper Rice.
oh, and that name. That's frustrating. And you played him in the championship that year, right?
No, I don't think so. I think I might have played him first round.
Okay.
Maybe I did play him.
So does Eli Manning start the rest of this year?
Philadelphia's making him look like
Daniel Jones has
Peyton.
he has an ankle injury. He's out 2 to 4 weeks. I mean, if I'm them, I just let him finish out, and it's just like a farewell tour.
Yeah, and let him go.
Yeah,
Is he playing next year, you guys think?
he's gonna try. I guarantee he's gonna try.
Yeah, with
going to
somebody
Carolina. He's playing in Carolina.
He's going to Miami because everybody's going to Miami.
Beck's got everybody going to Miami.
Kareem Hunt, Eli Manning, Alshon
Alshon
Jeffrey. They're all going.
David Johnson.
Bring him on in. I heard they have good retirement homes down there. So
I'm gonna fast forward and jump over some of the segment I have for third quarter since I see we're winding. Suspense. What's the woman say?
suspense. And what?
It's like a puzzle. We gotta get a little bit each quarter. We get a little bit more.
The key word is
favorite fantasy player to watch all time that you had. Brad, you can start off because it's going to be easy for you.
That's easy for me. Do you guys have him out there on the table tonight?
I'm looking at him right now.
He's there.
There he is. AP. Easy one for me.
AP was a part of the fourth trivia question. There's 9 players who were on a roster in 2007 when we first started, who were also rostered at some time this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So AP was one of those.
Yep.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm going Marshawn.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
He was
Have we talked about my interaction with Marshawn Lynch?
We
in the
did.
airport?
Well, we did, but not on. I don't think we did it on camera.
It wasn't on air.
No, it wasn't on
Because
there.
we talked about Moniz getting the picture with Mark Ingram, and then JB getting the picture with Fuller, and how you tried. You tried to get that picture with Marshawn. Just you and him?
So we're walking in the terminal, and
Dallas?
he, yes, and we're both connecting flights, and so I see him, and of course it's Marshawn Lynch. So I'm like, I'm not approaching Marshawn Lynch. You know, that's just not a guy. You know,
Hey.
that thing is going to say, "Hey, man, how you
Marshawn.
doing?" So, but then I tell myself, I'm like, man, the league they would think this is so awesome if I got this picture with Marshawn Lynch. Give a shout out to the league. So I go up to him And first of all, his head is huge. Huge.
Big.
I mean, he's not that tall. His head looked like it was a size 9.5. I'm not kidding you. I mean, his head was huge. Yeah. 5950 shout out.
New era or big era?
New big era?
New era. So anyway, I go up to him and I say, it was so terrible. Hey, Marshawn, can I get a picture? And he goes, no, I'm good. And I said, come on, man. I said, let me get one. He said, I'm good.
Brought the heat the second time.
Hey, kudos for you for going back to the well, man.
Kudos for asking the second
I'd have
time.
been like, yes, sir. Sorry to bother you.
Right. And I did. After that second time, I said, you know what? This guy might punch me, man. So I'm going to move on.
Dude.
But I tried for the league, man.
I'd have been like road running that thing. Just see my outline and smoke. I'm good.
You should have had some Skittles with you. That's what we.
Yeah,
that's what we determined.
we thought like
Could have bribed
changed
him.
him out of Skittles. If you shook Skittles at him, I'm not buying it.
Point.
I think that makes it worse.
What, the Skittles?
Yes. So you're going more Sean.
Because you're pandering at that point.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I'm going Cam for me.
MVP year.
Yeah, the only year I won it.
Man,
That had to be a great year.
It was a great.
Favorite
year.
player playing like that.
That was, man. It was fun. It was by far the funnest fantasy year. Most fantasy years are not fun.
No.
I mean, us getting together and interaction, that's great. But watching the games,
getting your heart broken.
no thanks. Moments.
It's like,
We all know what that means. Fourth quarter.
Did we get Monez's favorite player?
No, he's
I don't really have one.
the drop. Really, you got anybody like
Russell Wilson? Is that fair for you, Horton? I mean, Horton. Monez?
Monez doesn't like. I don't think Monez likes Russell Wilson. He won't keep him. Which
Man.
that makes
I mean,
sense.
I do like him. I don't know. I don't watch enough of all my guys to have like a guy I just love to watch. That was the question, right? Got it.
Yeah.
Fantasy football player you just love to watch. And so there's no guy that I've ever had where I'm just like, man, I just loved watching him play.
Terry McLaurin.
Monez, are you being sneaky with that statement?
No, I'm not.
I got one. And also, you know what? I'm not gonna keep because it's
Greg
gonna sound.
Zuerlein?
Yeah, is it like seriously? Is it like Greg Zuerlein?
No.
Okay.
Not really. Like, I mean, there's guys that I like because I think that they are going to give me consistency and points.
yeah.
But it's not because, like, when I turn on the game, I'm like, oh, man, I can't wait to watch this guy do what he does.
Electrifying.
If you think of Monez, who's like your guy? Who's like the guy you associate with him?
I think of Russell Wilson. That's why I mentioned that. I mean, you've had him numerous years, haven't you, Monez?
Yeah, I mean, he was a quarterback one-man championship.
Dude, he's won 2 championships.
Yeah. So, I mean, as far as like,
For us.
you know, a player that
Crazy.
I have enjoyed in a sense of just like that I like as far as fantasy to give me
Julio.
consistency.
Julio Jones.
It's definitely not Julio. Russell, is a guy that I'll tend to lean towards, but
Is he
it's
on
not
your
that I
team this
just
year?
watch- Yeah, he's my bad beat this week, probably.
What do you know?
Who's that?
Russell Wilson. I think he had like 10 points or something like that.
I hate that. Sucks, dude.
Oh,
And Jameis Winston had 34.
Dude, this Scott guy is the next Darren Sproles.
did you watch the game last night, Monez?
Yes, I was watching some of it. Yeah.
That had to be tough, man. Like you go in, you know that is like, oh man, my guy is in Sunday Night Football, and you had, was it one or no? You had 2 guys, 2 like good players.
Cooper Kupp and Russell Wilson playing in my lineup. I'll say Tyler Lockett is joining Beckham for out the remainder of the season, probably.
On your team?
Yeah, I probably won't play either one of them again the rest of the season.
Wow.
Hey, speaking of out, did anybody see Horton gets another bad break? Calvin Ridley out for the year.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow, what happened?
I don't know. It said abdominal.
Abdominal, yeah.
Russell Gage. Better go ahead and
Suck
pick him
it
up.
I think Steven's already got him.
No, I dropped him.
Oh.
That was a great
Uh-oh.
play that week, wasn't it?
Uh-oh.
That was a great play. I still got beat. Tasker hangs
Hey,
up
Moniz,
100.
though, Robbie Anderson yesterday.
Yeah,
Speaking of pickups,
he helped me out because I was like, I just
Jaye.
didn't think Lockett was going to do anything. Who can trust Redskins player? So.
Steven, were you on? Weren't you on the Jay train like years ago?
Dude, I traded Jay Lee had him. He was struggling, and so I traded him like Garrett Blunt. And
I remember that. Then he got traded in real life.
And Cup. I think I traded him LeGarrette Blunt and Cooper Kupp or something like that. That's when Cooper Kupp was going off. And for a Jaye, and then Cup gets injured. LeGarrette Blunt does
right.
well. But yeah, I had a Jaye, and the Jaye never got it rolling though. I don't think.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
But dude, that was the quickest response. Jay Lee was so fed up. I remember I was pulling in to the QT, the Quick Trip. I sent it as I hit the send button as I'm pulling in the parking lot. By the time I put the truck in park, he responds with, "Let's do it." He was so fed up that year, man. As opposed to any other year, I guess.
Dude, best actor, Boston Scott, getting a lot of run right here.
Miles Sanders must be hurt.
He's got to be.
I mean, Boston Scott with a little screen pass.
And he might not get his job back.
No, I think it's the what's his first name?
Boston.
The Austin Scott Show.
Boston with a B.
Boston, like the
Boston,
city.
like the city of Boston.
Boston, he's a gem.
He's a gem. Dude, I mean, this guy's got a little Darren Sproles in him.
Bet, can we get Batman, please?
Batman, an impression?
Dark Knight.
It's been okayed.
I don't know what.
That's why he's not.
Come on, what was the line that you had? Where I think it's where is she?
Oh, dude, the interrogation scene.
Oh, I don't know if I can yell in these mics though. Where is she?
So good.
Then you're gonna love me.
We talked about how anytime Christian Bale like has a speaking part longer than 3 lines.
Yeah.
Like when it's consecutive, like when he's going into when he's got like a paragraph.
Yeah.
He loses it, man.
He's not doing big dialogues as Batman. As Bruce Wayne, yeah, he's like, oh, who is that even too? Bruce Wayne, yeah, he's talking all the time, but when he's Batman, it's just like 2 words. Yes.
Yeah, when he's like explaining something, when he's explaining to Commissioner Gordon how he can't.
I'm gonna look up that quote.
Look up the dialogue. By the way, guys, I don't know if you heard the drop earlier, but that sound means it's the fourth quarter. And fourth quarter means only one thing for us. We don't have to talk about fantasy football anymore. I'm pretty impressed that we've gone this long, man. We can BS with the best of them, man.
Oh, and it's just one sentence.
It's a long sentence, though.
It is.
What score? You want me to set you up? Does Gordon say anything?
No, this is to him and Rachel when they're in the subway.
It's gonna be terrible.
It's gonna be terrible.
All right, go ahead.
Hold on, let me see if I can do this off.
Get in character. Come on.
It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me.
Hey, dude, that's pretty good, man.
That is good.
You got a great Batman.
I love it.
Yeah, you got a great Batman.
But that might be the longest sentence in all the movie from him as Batman. That's from Batman Begins.
Oh, we're going. Dang, dude.
That's pretty good.
Mona says, "Give me the ice,
JB.
Give me the ice, baby."
Well,
does no one care?
Dude, your foot's gonna fall off. Your
Wait a
foot.
minute, it's his.
Your foot is gonna fall off. But don't worry. I'll be there to save you. Rachel! Because it's so terrible. I tried doing the Bill the Butcher earlier. It was not good.
No.
It was awful.
It's not good.
Dude, I'm sure they have the entire costume. Like, you should wear that around Ireland when we go there one day and just talk in that voice.
Dude,
that would just be
that could be
amazing.
my punishment.
That would be
Just
amazing.
dressed
talk
as
like
Batman
the whole time.
as we're going to tailgate for the Notre Dame Navy game, and I'm like, "Let's go Navy," because people in Ireland might kill me. Oh, Steven's checked out. Steven's looking at a watch. He's like, we got to take my flat foot out of this ice.
Oh, jeez,
I didn't come up with it.
that's fair.
I think I could. I think I should find a Batman mask and just do that.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Haggis,
Give it that, Rachel.
Rachel, where is she? You're gonna love me.
I don't even remember that line.
What?
You're gonna love me.
That's when he says that the Joker's in the party scene and you got
Yeah.
you got a little fight in you. I like that. And you're gonna love me. Hey, it's a big shock to everyone. I'm single. Is that shocking to anybody out there? No. Okay.
God, how long have you practiced
I'm
that
sorry,
voice?
I'm ruining it. Oh my, I apologize.
Does that hurt your throat at all when you do that voice?
Oh,
Not really. No. The water rush, animal and hawk, that can hurt it. But
What is it?
animal and hawk.
I don't know.
What a rush!
That's pretty spot on too, man. It's like my favorite tag team of all time. So,
Were they?
oh man, absolutely. Legion of Doom, Road Wars.
Come on, man, I don't know.
Get out of here.
does anybody know where Deech is at right now? Like, we got Deech. We need to get Deech live on the set.
Man,
When it's
okay,
Hannibal
man.
Lecter.
We have gold out there just sitting, waiting to be mined.
He's a very important piece, and I don't feel like enough attention has been shown to to Deech for what he brings to this league.
Dude, these Philly players are going to need extra security trying to get in this stadium tonight.
Who are these? Is what's going on with Alshon Jeffrey
He
and
got carted
Aguilar?
off.
We don't know. It looked like a
Alshon Jeffrey pulled.
hamstring, calf. Hopefully not Achilles. Hopefully not the Achilles. Is that how you say it?
Dude, I haven't seen
Achilles?
Aguilar all night. I don't know if I'm just
Achilles
missing.
tendon.
You know what? I haven't seen Aguilar either.
Hmm.
I mean, dude, you gotta catch that.
I haven't seen
It is a
Aguilar
giant.
since that guy.
Catching babies unlike Aguilar.
Look at this. Look at this.
Nope. Wow.
Dude,
Jeez.
who's that?
It's raining down on Doug Peterson, literally.
So such a poetic shot.
Does he get fired?
I like how he keeps looking at the field goal, he keeps looking at the goalpost. Like,
How dare you?
that's the equivalent of a jump shooter, like doing the flick of the wrist thing. Like, oh man, something must be wrong with my wrist.
I thought I was gonna flick it off for a second, like just flick him the bird. F you, field goal post. Done.
Oh,
Monez, what's up, man?
What's up?
Ain't hard at you, man. Hey, you pretty quiet. What's the deal? What's up? What's up with you?
Normal, man.
Did you bring Krispy Kreme?
No, 'cause I
Hey,
didn't
that's
know,
a good point, man.
I didn't know how like chewing into the microphone and all that was gonna work.
What?
Ooh, that'd be a good.
You let us worry about that.
That'd be a good weekly.
As I sit here and chomp
shout
on
out.
Yeah, that's
all
good.
those cough drops.
That's
all
good.
day.
And let's be honest.
Shout out
There's
to
been a
Halls.
lot of talk in this league about Krispy Kreme.
A lot of bad mouthing.
I think we do need to have
Just
like a
from
little
one
donut taste
Little
test.
taste test.
A little line them up.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not going to be blind because everybody knows a Krispy Kreme from an Egan's.
Unless we cut them up. Unless you like cut them up
Yeah.
and like you have a blindfold on.
Maybe we could bring
What is his face?
like Sophia and Eden
Yeah.
down
Get the
and
r-
like just give them bits and pieces and let them say which one they think is better.
I'm going to tell you, dude, Eden doesn't choose. Like, I try to get her to choose things and like rank things because I love doing that. And she's always like, both of them.
Seriously?
Oh,
Which one do you like best? All of them.
Oh, man.
And I don't
For the
want to
record-
that's her thing. So.
Very PC. She's like,
Yeah, for the record, I actually asked Sophia and Lou, and this is not a joke, to make my tight end selection yesterday. And Vanessa, they both chose Mark Andrews, and so that's why he was in the lineup.
what was the other option?
Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry.
Vanessa chose Hunter Henry.
The guy that will never be back.
Oh man, you know what? I snapped some pictures off Twitter because I was going to do like think about a segment like fantasy tweets or something.
Yeah.
And I know it's fourth quarter and I know we're not supposed to talk about fantasy in the fourth quarter, but just to show you how like
Dedicated to the fantasy game.
you talk about a brain fart. Just to show you kind of how illogical this stuff is sometimes. Definitely, let me see here. Oh, I like this guy. I'm going to save that one last. So Meg at Hot Mess Husker tweets, fantasy football is dumb. My husband missed the draft this year and couldn't remember his password to log in. He has not adjusted his lineup one time. Guess who is 10-3 and leading the league going into the playoffs? I'll give you a hint. It's not me.
Wow.
Here's another one. I love fantasy football. Week 13, I win the matchup. I make the playoffs. I lose by 1.5 points. Week 14, absolutely nothing on the line because I got a bye in the consolation bracket. No reward for winning. My team goes insane and scores 170 points.
Oh,
This guy, exactly. This guy tweeted this and says, he just tweeted like whelp. He did the David Johnson thing with a little emoji, sweat emoji. This guy's 7-6. Here's his roster. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Austin Eckler, Bilal Powell, Chris Godwin, Curtis Samuel, Tyler Higbee, and Robbie Anderson, Zach Pascal, or Z Pascal. I don't even know his name. Dude.
Zach Pascal.
That team combines for 148 points yesterday.
oh my!
I hope
31 from Eckler,
Hope he went and played the lottery after that.
18 from Higbee, 20 from the Colts receiver. I don't even know his name too. Here's the one I said I was going to save. At Samuel Wallace at Samuel DFF tweets, definitely the toughest loss I've had in fantasy. Spent a year putting together a dominant team, cruised through the regular season, and bowed out in the first round. It's frustrating, but that's the beauty of the game. Going to get back at it and keep grinding. I like the last part. Going to get back at it and keep grinding. Like it matters what you do. Well, I mean, like, what do you
Case in point, your season that just happened.
keep
Until
grind-
week 3
Gotta
next
get
year,
back
and he's
at it.
furious.
This guy knows what to do.
Brad creates literally the best team our league has seen in 12 years last season. Sets a league record for points and finishes third.
Third,
No playoffs.
I'm telling you.
No playoffs. No playoffs
So
to
Horton
get
finished
wiped
first.
off.
Who finished? You finished second?
I did. I finished second last year.
Easily the most angry I've ever been in fantasy football. I mean, I embarrassed myself in front of my wife last year.
What, did it start like it couldn't have been the last week. I mean, did you start getting mad?
No. Well, no, the last week, if you remember, I actually posted on the, the group thread that I was about to let who won it, Horton. I was about to unleash on him. And if you recall, I put up 170 points. I beat him like 170 to like 90. No, it was actually. So I had, if you go back and look at last season, I know it was 2. I believe it was 2 where I scored. It was either 120 or 130 twice and lost. And it happened to Tasker and Ashley, who those two teams for the year probably averaged maybe 85 points a week.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I mean. Everybody's had that moment, but I mean, last year I felt like, truly, I felt like it does not matter what I do. It just doesn't matter. And then you get to the point where you're like, is there any moves I could make? And my answer was no, because I feel like I got the best player at almost every position.
Yeah.
That's when it's the worst to me. I mean, what's that lineup? Did we talk about that last week quickly? It was Aaron Rodgers, Ezekiel Elliott, Alvin Kamara, Kareem Hunt, DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Adams. No. DeAndre Hopkins, Antonio Brown, who finished, I think it was 1-2. They finished 1-2. And then, was it Hunter Henry at tight end? I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a squad. That is a squad.
Sorry, I'm going back to last year. I apologize.
You've grown.
I'm still angry about it, if you can't tell.
What?
Yeah, I'm still angry.
Are you as angry as these Eagles fans?
Probably not.
No.
Is the city of Philadelphia? Does the city of Philadelphia have anything on the city of New York?
Cheesesteaks. That's it.
Ashley really likes Philadelphia.
I like Philly too. There's a really good baker there that makes pound cake. Sorry, man. I mean,
you don't say.
I do say.
Love a good pound cake. You looking it up?
Yeah, Stocks Bakery.
Pound cake's legit.
Best on the East Coast. You heard it here, everybody. Best pound cake on the East Coast, Stocks Bakery.
I bet $100 New York has 10 bakeries. Bake better pound cake than Stocks in Philadelphia.
We'll bring them here. We'll get them to FedEx some pound cake here, and we'll try them out.
Does Egan's do pound cake?
Egan's doesn't do front doors.
That car.
They got a drive through now?
I like the renovations they made. It's much more open.
Saving that space.
Tasker tweeted that. What did he say? What was he? He was like, is anybody driving through Krispy Kreme's front door to get the donuts? That was crazy.
For those of you who don't live in
Cray-cray.
Cartersville, there's a bakery that got driven through.
Egan's Bakery, which one of our league members, Tasker, truly loves, and most of the others think it's overrated. Egan's used to be good, man, but I don't know what's happened.
Gingerbread Men's always
working there.
Vanessa worked there?
She sure did.
Yeah, the owners.
What?
She used to offer me free donuts, and I would decline.
Oh.
You turned down free donuts?
From Egan's? Absolutely.
Man.
Where's the drop, Lucas?
Yeah.
It was hot.
Womp, 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 womp. Dude, I've never had an Egan's donut, but they look too sugary to me.
They're just dry. Like for a home small town bakery, you think they'd be super fresh, but they're not. It seems like they're stale.
But they're gingerbread men. Those are on point.
I can't remember the last thing I had from Egan's. Might have been like one of them little sweet spot cookies. It's got like the little chocolate drop in the middle.
With a chocolate drop in the middle.
Is that what that is? I call them sweet spots.
Sweet spots?
That's what Keebler or something called them.
They had those?
One of them.
Like peanut butter or something.
Oh, Keebler did have them.
Because they're like little,
Yeah.
like peanut butter and the cookie part, and there's a Hershey Kiss.
Yeah, and it came in
Kiss
like
in the middle.
rows of like 4 or something.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, dude.
Boston Scott.
Taking over.
Great Scott.
Good God. Hey, I'm giving people passes. We've been at this.
Seriously, do we know where Deech is this week? Is he?
No, I'm assuming he's working, man.
Yeah.
He's always traveling.
Oh, yeah.
So is he always dealing cards?
And I want to say,
Yeah.
I want to say like the Cherokee thing, which is a big tournament for him, in Cherokee, North Carolina. I want to say that might be happening now or soon. I don't know why I think that, but I want to say I saw something about it somewhere on social media.
Yeah.
So does he play poker, or does he just deal?
He just deals.
Formerly known as the Candy Man.
Oh yeah,
And Jay Lee said he's in. Where did he say he was at this week?
dude, he's in India.
India.
Jay Lee's in India.
India. Yeah.
Right now he's in India.
Yeah, probably listening live.
Yep.
Well, impossible since we don't broadcast live.
Good point. He'll get it next week.
I wonder if he really listened to it and liked it, or if he was just trying to take a jab.
Oh, what a catch! Arthego Whiteside.
Who?
He's from Stanford.
He had to have listened to it and liked it because there's no way that Jay Lee's just gonna to be nice say, oh yeah, I liked it.
That's a good point. He'd probably go out his way to be mean.
Has Jay Lee ever said something nice just to say something
What's
nice?
the best compliment Jay Lee's ever given you personally? What's the only compliment Jay Lee's ever given you?
I think he gave me a nice catch when we were in 12 and under Little League. I was playing short. He was playing third.
Nice catch, Brad.
You said nice catch or pretty good catch?
Yeah. A pretty good catch, Brad. Line drive from Ross Matheson. Shout out.
I think he called me. I think he said I was a nice guy. I think he had.
Did you start crying?
Well, I think he had a little. We were at a party in Athens. I think he had a little too much drink.
I became lovey. Dude, now I don't think he's ever given me a compliment.
Wouldn't change him. Wouldn't change him for the world.
I mean,
You'd feel kind of like if he just came out and gave you one, you'd probably just be like, "Oh, what's your angle here?"
I would shed a tear. I'd just be like, "Thanks, man." I'm not trying to get a compliment from him. My sole purpose in Ireland is to get a compliment.
Board bet you won't do it.
That's probably more likely to make it more like you won't get one if you're trying.
I bet you won't ask him for one.
Hey, Jay Lee, can you give me a compliment? And he just silence.
I'm going to text him
No.
in front of everybody, in front of the group. Jay Lee, you mind if I get a compliment?
Under the table compliment.
God, he'll cuss me out.
Is Miles Sanders in here? You guys still watching the game?
I just saw. He was in the last play.
He is. He's in.
This is just, I mean, like, yeah. He's in. Look at that. He'll get in.
At this point,
Should have got in the first time. Now, if he had got
There
in
he
both
goes.
times,
Here
Mona's
comes
wins.
a play
no.
action pass. Here comes a play action pass. Nope, they're gonna give it to him. Stuffed crust pizza right there.
Whoa. Is there anything? Sorry, I'm getting back to fantasy. I'll let it go. But is there anything worse than watching your running back get stuffed at the goal line?
By a blown block by Goddard. I mean, didn't even get a hand on him.
Sorry.
I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter. I mean,
Yeah, you
could
get
be able
lost.
to get enough points at this point.
2
They're
minute
both
warning.
going to have like excellent.
What's your score, Moniz?
92 to
108. 108.
point something.
But I mean, hey, if you're hanging on to hope.
92.7 to 108.2.
Lucas, what do you got on your? What kind of piece did you go with?
Hey,
the Philly cheese pizza.
Dude, he just combined them.
Hey,
he's like, I got your perfect solution.
16 points in the last.
It's called a Philly cheese pizza.
Lucas sitting here living in 2030.
Yeah.
As we sit and argue about Philly cheese versus New York pizza.
Producer Lucas, can you play some lotto for me if you're gonna predict the future? Dude, but that wasn't all I saw. How many sides did you get? Did you get wings or something? Cheesy, his mouth's full. Cheesy bread. Garlic bread.
Wings.
Oh, Cinnasticks. Yeah, okay. I can tell he's a cinnamon.
You know what would be good on
cinnamon
that?
Sweet guy.
Cheese whiz.
Oh. Maybe they gave him some whiz on that.
You got cheese there? You got cheese sauce? Oh, okay. Dude, I didn't want to.
You got a date tonight? Because that garlic ain't. Nah. Got to take
Lucas is engaged, fellas.
Lucas, you're engaged? Congrats, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh, standing ovation.
Just waiting on him to, tell us where we're ordering the tuxes from.
Yeah. We'll flip this. We'll do a pod. We'll do a pod.
Are we going to be live at the wedding?
Yeah, live from the wedding.
Hey, now we're talking.
Dude.
Gosh, it'd be awful.
That's going to be great, man. His wedding?
Wow.
Hey, dude, Brad, have you ever seen Booger McFarland's hand?
Oh, many times. Yeah.
That's the first time I've noticed it tonight.
He's a Tampa. He's a Tampa guy.
Yeah.
He still live there?
Yeah. What's that?
I bet he does still live there.
I believe so, yeah. But yes, this your first time seeing his hand?
Yes.
Steven?
Yep.
So he lives in Tampa, but his hand lives in St. Pete.
Yeah, literally.
That's a good joke.
I thought it was.
Got Steve laughing over here.
Oh, dude. We don't need overtime here.
Boston Scott's about to get a little screen pass. Nope.
Will we ever go to Philly?
Oh.
Will you see us ever doing a draft in Philly?
Yes, I think so. I was mentioning because Ashley's his dad lives right outside of Philly, and he really likes it.
Dude, we could do a DC Philly combo.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just an hour train right away.
Mona is skeptical.
No,
as Mona often is.
No history for you, Monez.
Well, I think we brought up DC, and people did shoot that down, man.
Yeah, and
that's a good point.
I love DC though.
Chocolate City.
Let's go to a place where you have to actually go out of your hotel room or Airbnb in order to see anything.
It's not really our thing.
Got it. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Ertz.
Oh, dude,
that's just like salt in the wound.
Ertz Monez.
Yeah, great.
Go for two here, Doug P. Look at Eli. Is happy it happened. Glad they scored.
I mean, I guess overtime could potentially help.
Dude,
that's what I'm saying, Monez. You're not done here, man.
It's not done. Don't give.
I need 9-point-something points.
I mean, a touchdown.
You get a long touchdown.
His part basically. Because it was like 30. I was like down 30, and he's 14.9. Miles Sanders is.
Dude, this guy's gonna miss this. He missed one.
Does Eli take the Giants down the field?
Oh, it's gonna be good.
No. Does Eli throw a pick six?
No.
Because Steven has Philadelphia's defense, so they're not going to do good.
Good point.
So we're out on DC.
Carson
DC
Wentz has been butt today, man.
Yeah, he has not been throwing the ball well.
So we're out on DC.
DC's out. So we can't ever pitch it.
I'd be okay doing Philly. Philly was cool. I stayed there. I was only there for like 24 hours.
And it's also, I mean, I hate saying this. It's just an hour away from New York.
Yeah. So if we don't like it, we just go to New York.
About going to New York? Okay, cool.
Wonder if Moniz is going to be there.
Philadelphia?
I want to go to Philly.
I'd go to Philly. Pittsburgh
No, I'm talking about New York.
New York? I like New York.
I'm just saying, if Moniz is going to be in New York, just don't tell Horton about it. It's supposed to be a surprise.
That's right.
Oh, dude, I was like, I'm completely lost.
Ruined it.
I wonder where else within the Continental we could go.
Hey, I like, and Deech was out there earlier this year. I thought about this a couple years ago. Lake Tahoe?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be nice. We wouldn't have to go anywhere. Right up our alley. We hate going places.
So frustrating.
We got to walk there?
Let's go to some of the most.
What? No, okay. Now, we did well in New York, right?
Yeah, that was like the best place.
Dude, we walked.
That's the best time we've ever. That's the best time we've
Were
ever
you in
done.
Chicago? We did okay in
Man,
Chicago.
We were in there playing video games.
Oh, I think I do. Moniz was not happy on that one.
I'm not a gamer, so that really starts frustrating me when we're in like a different city that's got a lot of cool things.
It was, and Jay Lee said it best. Dude, we were at this the Beercade, right? And you know, I don't even drink, but Moniz had me tasting this delicious.
Chocolate porter.
Yeah, well, that thing got old arcade game. We played NBA Jam, man.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Did you move away from me?
Yeah, dude.
Is it my foot? Is it my deformed, decrepit foot?
It's those hairy foot knuckles.
I think we gotta get one more last one.
Enjoy your pizza there.
Thanks for bringing it up.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm gonna handle like a man this time.
Ice bucket right here.
Last one.
Yeah, get me pumped up. Ready?
You can do it.
Suspense and mojitos. Mahit.
My heat? She didn't say my heat, not for Steve.
God,
And I'd like to also mention, speaking of board bets, I don't know if we've talked about any of those tonight, but
Yeah, Giants.
if the Giants lose here, don't forget about my board bet I made with Tasker that the New York Jets would finish 2 games better.
They're not
than
losing.
the New York Giants.
Eli's winning this one. Oh God!
After the amazing Steven and I sat there and watched it yesterday, drive by Sam Darnold to beat the Miami Dolphins, kick a field goal as time expired. Here they are. This is for a 3-game lead now.
That's a good point.
What
does Zach have to do?
Get me lunch in Ireland. It's just a small one.
Well, it doesn't have to be small. You could choose.
I think they already determined it
If
before.
that's true, maybe go to a. Yeah.
Have you been over there yet? I know Matt has
I have
many
not.
times.
I have not.
Matt's going, right?
Oh yeah, he'll be there.
Wait.
Well, his in-laws, they
Is he
live
going
there.
with
They're
us?
from there.
Or not with us? He'll be there when we're there.
Yeah, because because he's going to the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm going to go the Thursday or Friday night before, the week before, and spend the whole week over there.
That's probably a good idea.
So I think me, Zach, and Thomas are going. And so
Nice.
we're gonna go into Dublin and then go over to England and see as much as we can. I want to see the cliffs of Dover.
They're good.
I do want to see that, man.
I've seen those. Those are nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
You seen the Stonehenge?
No, I'm not wasting my time with that.
Well, it's in Scotland, right?
No,
it's outside
it's
London.
in England. It's just you drive out and then it's like
Yeah.
it's
that's what I
really
said.
like from everything from like Aaron's dad's seen it and he's like, it's not worth your time.
Okay.
Look at Pat Shermer.
My goal is to go to Scotland, do some
Scotland's cool.
Scotch tasting.
I didn't go to do Scotch tasting, but the Highlands are pretty good.
Yeah,
Are
Thomas
pretty.
has been, and he talked about renting a car. He's like, I'll drive. I was like, all right, fantastic.
Doing some of the islands of Scotland those things. If you're just like looking for like a cool place to see, like
Yeah.
they're beautiful. the islands off of
Isla.
Iona and
Sounds
some
like
others.
sounds like
Look
somebody's
him up.
been around.
Yeah. I haven't traveled a lot lately, but I'm making up for it next year. I think I'm gonna go to the SC game, SC Alabama.
No, don't do that, man. Don't do that.
It's in Dallas, so I kind of want to see Jerry's World. Oh man, how's that not grounding?
Find you a Cowboys game to go to. I wouldn't go to that.
That beat down. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, speaking of, again, not to make a long conversation, but wow, Todd Helton, huh?
Clay Helton?
Yes, Clay Helton.
Todd was the baseball player. You can call him Todd. We'll call him Todd.
He's about as good as Todd Helton.
Yeah, I mean, Urban Meyer must not have said yes. So,
Well, actually, I have sources in college football world.
is he waiting for Notre Dame?
What's that?
Is he waiting for Notre Dame?
No. But obviously what was going on with the president there, I don't know if that sort of dissuaded him a little bit, but I did hear from credible people that he didn't show a ton of interest. But again, that might have just been, there was a lot of noise about him before, so he may have just been saying that because the president had already sort of decided that it wasn't going to be him.
Yeah, I mean she's all about image, and I mean I can't blame her. There's a lot of terrible things that have been going on, with the School of Medicine and with some things going on in the infirmary.
Yeah,
inappropriate behavior. So she's just like wants everything to be on the up and up, but it's just like Hilton can't do it, man.
All right.
Speaking of can't do it, Eli can't do it.
Got the Eagles getting the ball back here with a minute and a half and one timeout.
I don't know about that throw, fellas.
Here comes a Miles Sanders 50-yard screen pass for a touchdown.
Good play.
What would you do, Mona?
Oh,
I'd be happy. I mean, it's still alive.
This is big.
I think Boston's more like that. Boston Scott's going to get that.
Nah, Sanders.
I think I've got better luck for Ertz to get me the rest of the points than I do Miles Sanders get me the rest of the points.
Dude, the Rams are right there. Bears are right there. Two teams that are turning on way too late. God, Cowboys are 6-7. They're in first place.
So inexcusable.
Cowboys.
They have so much talent.
I love to see them just get destroyed in the first round of the playoffs.
They would play the night.
They
No. Who'd they play?
They have to make a coaching change. Actually, if they get in, I think well, San Francisco's going to have a bye, right?
Right.
If they win the division, yeah.
So they'll have to play a wild card team, right?
Well, it depends on who wins those. Those first two.
Oh, Boston Scott.
There it is.
Dude, he is just taking your points. I would love to know what his numbers are at the end of the game because that could.
We need a 30-yard touchdown for Ertz.
Dude, why?
Is that what it is? What are you down on? 9?
9 points. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Why?
That's what you said. I mean, that's what you said.
Why in the world is Miles Sanders not in the game?
9 point something maybe.
From what I've seen,
dropped
I've only watched the second half, but the Scott guys seem to have the hot hand. It seems like they're probably just playing the hot hand.
Jake stare at the field goal, Elliott, like it
There
was
he
the
is.
field goal, like it was a goalpost fault.
That beard looks immaculate.
That's what he's been working on instead of his
I
kick.
need Elliott to nail this field goal. Tasker looked at me like I was crazy about the Jets. And don't forget, Sam Darnold had mono for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 or 4 weeks. Dude, he's still not in the game.
Ertz
is second he's third from the
Oh
top.
my gosh. Look at this.
You're ahead of us. You're ahead of us.
I apologize. Sorry, guys.
That's all good. I was like, dude, what on earth could have happened?
Leonard Williams, man.
Game wrecker.
USC, man.
Yep. Alec Ogletree, UGA.
Have we mentioned what happened to Georgia in the SEC championship game?
No, we haven't. Is Joe Burrow Heisman? Joe Burrow Heisman.
Uh-oh. We have a Georgia fan here. I got a Notre Dame Georgia stat ready for all my Georgia fans that
Not really.
rightfully so have made fun of me for the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
You guys ready for it?
Yeah.
In the last time Georgia won a national championship was in 1980 against Notre Dame.
Right.
So in the last 39 years, so we'll say let's go since we'll say 1980. Notre Dame has won just as many national championships as Georgia has. That's all I'm saying. 39 years.
Dude. They got owned. And,
LSU's tough, man. I don't know if anybody's beaten LSU.
I mean, Joe Burrow, man. I told Thomas last year, I was in Denver. I texted him. I said, "Is this the guy?" Because to me, he just looked like he had it, even though it was his first year there.
You called it.
And Thomas,
combo.
you can have one.
Didn't Timo say he's not talking about LSU or watching LSU anymore until
till Bergeron's gone.
Whatever his name is,
Coach
so he's
O.
no longer there. So how does he feel? Coach O leads him to the national title.
Yeah. But I mean, even when I said something about Joe Burrow, he's like, "Yeah, I'm not a believer." I'm like, "Okay, well, you see more than me." I mean, I was just watching one game, and I was like, "I think he has it." And then
he has to be a believer now, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I asked him. I said, "Is he the? Will he go down in LSU history as the best LSU player of all time? If he wins the Heisman, won the SEC, wins the national championship, goes undefeated, wins the MVP of the national championship game, will he go down as the best player in LSU history?" He said no.
Who was his opinion?
Tyrann Mathieu.
Wow. I don't know, man. That's a lot.
But I agree with. I don't know if it was Lundqvist or somebody. They said, they think he's the most important player that LSU's had ever. So I guess you can make a case that Tyrann Mathieu's a better player. He affected the game in more ways, defense, special teams. He might have played some offense too. But Joe Burrow, man, he brings it. He just doesn't make mistakes. I mean, he was a leading rusher in that end of regulation, going to overtime.
Suspense and
Mahi.
But I mean,
my favorite thing about this show.
He was the leading rusher for for both teams, and that's impressive.
In the SEC championship game?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't see a second of the game, so.
Me neither.
I mean, he had a little. You didn't see the highlights or anything?
Nothing.
Amelia?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Dude, he had this Houdini play. I mean,
I did see people tweeting about the guy announcing, saying something about him. Everyone was like, "Oh, okay." Like he was basically all over his
jockstrap.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a play where he extended the play. You can have as many of those as you want, Steve. He extended the play. Three different times, and just made this huge throw to Jefferson. It was right on the money.
I saw when they beat them. I mean, again, all jokes aside, I saw Notre Dame play Georgia this year. I really thought Georgia was going to make the playoff this year. They were pretty talented. When I saw LSU beat them by 27, I figured, man, they got to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Brad, Vanessa shot me a text a little bit earlier saying, just let her know when we leave so she can lock up and turn lights off and stuff. She said no rush though. However, it is 11:30.
Oh no, she means that.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
We're sticking around for overtime.
Kids in the bed.
We sticking around
She's
for
up there
overtime
anyway.
Hey,
Mona
Oh,
Steve's back.
Steve's back in.
He's getting the power of the disciples. When the worlds are turning.
More ice time.
oh,
Mona.
I'll tell you.
I got his shoes back on.
Sorry, Bonus.
Just kidding.
Got me groveling.
Dude, we could edit this part out. I mean, we could just
Excuse me.
Wow.
look.
Excuse me.
We have an editor extraordinaire
If we're
who'll
editing
know
it out,
who'll know when to cut.
I'm out. Edit this out. What are you talking about, man?
Editor extraordinaire, man.
Oh, I have no doubt in Lucas's editing capabilities.
But we could do like a little.
You like doing that? You like throwing away money?
Yeah. But we can be.
Just make it quick, Philly.
Yeah, we can do like a 10-second like we can have a topic we talk about for a second,
80-yard touchdown.
and then an out. You know what I'm saying? That way it seems like fluid. That's what they all do. What I'm trying to say is I don't want to be sitting in 20 minutes. We still got to clean up everything. So the ice is gone. The ice is gone to Steven's brain. Oh, Sanders back in the game.
Break one.
They got both of them in the game. This is tricky.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, who pick your poison, right?
Literally, they're
Bart
poison.
The
Scott-
Giants have
Boston
no
Scott.
answer.
Hall of Famer. There he is.
Let's get busy.
There's one Mona.
That's
Cha-ching.
That's 1.1. He's about to get 8 touches right here. Oh, he's out of the game.
Back out.
Thanks, Coach.
What's going on?
Sorry, I'm a good player.
Sorry, I'm literally the most explosive offensive weapon you have.
We're here in overtime. Miles Sanders just busting off a 11-yard reception
His mic just fell.
as my mic falls down.
I think people would much rather listen to us than like Booger and what's his name?
Uh-oh.
Boston Scott.
Austin Scott, hot waiver wire pickup this week.
Oh yeah. Horton got any more money left? Horton got any money left?
I bet this guy ends up on Zach Tasker's team because he loves Darren Sproles type players.
Yeah, it is true.
Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
He stepped out back there.
Which I'm always surprised Maurice Jones-Drew was not on his team.
Well, you can't be too good.
If you're a starter,
Can't be the
he's
obvious.
yeah. If you're a starter, you're not on his team.
He's
That's 1 point. No,
No, it's not. Ours.
Perkins
Sam Perkins. It's long arm Sam Perkins.
from
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Getting a little too close now, losing the yards.
Yeah. And then they're probably they want to score a touchdown to end it, yeah.
Mona, how many yards do you need?
I don't know.
He's got to get a touchdown from here
I'll check it out.
with
Yeah,
somebody.
Probably a touchdown from here.
Is it 20-26? Is he down 8.6?
He's down 8.2.
Oh, if they go to Ertz right here.
Oh, but let's go.
He's down.
Oh God.
He's down 8.2.
Yeah.
Did he lose a yard there? 8 point.
I think he got back to the line.
Yeah, they gave him the one.
Beck shutting down. Beck starting to clean up.
The microphone fell. Arthega Whiteside with the hammy.
Zach Ertz, seam route.
Are you turning it the wrong way, Beck?
Nope. Got it.
Need a penalty, Mona.
Oh, I thought he was going to slam him.
There we go. That's it.
Nah, if you get 22 plus, I mean, it could tie.
No,
that
he's
doesn't help.
inside the 20, right?
Yeah.
Was he? I thought he was in the
I
22.
thought he was.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
he's inside of 20.
Yeah, he is.
Need a false start.
Holding.
Man, who are these receivers for
That's
the
not
Eagles?
She'll
good.
get the
when-
touchdown right here, and then it'll be
throw it to Ertz, yeah.
0.2 points short.
Sanders.
Oh my gosh.
He runs into the whole pack.
Dude, you
This is-
got first
this
and
is-
you got first and goal. You need a holding penalty
This
right
isn't
here,
fair, man.
and then
A hold, yeah. A hold or a false start.
yeah.
I wonder, is
Oh,
Tasker watching this?
No, he's not. He's playing Call of Duty.
Is he really?
1,000% yes.
Oh, Scott's back in.
Doesn't matter.
Touchdown.
They're about to get a
Austin
holding
Scott.
call. They're going to Ertz. Ertz is his guy.
Where are they at?
They're on the 8.
9-8.
Ertz in motion.
This is going to be painful.
Boston Scott.
Yeah, you ain't moving nothing. I'm trying to push the pile.
Dude, what do the New York Giants feel like right now?
Same old adage
Goose egg.
with Eli. Same old
Goose
adage.
egg in the second half.
That's sad.
There he is. Pat Shermer. Does disaster of a head coach.
Yeah, he looks like a disaster.
Oh, jeez.
It looks like a hardware salesman or something. We need a holding penalty. Dude, this Boston Scott guy.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Timeout.
Timeout, dang it. Delay game would have been nice right there.
Oh, my gosh. That would have been amazing.
Did I just
Not
see
gonna happen.
Josh McCown?
Is that Josh or Luke?
I don't know the difference.
Do they know the difference?
Is he old or young?
He's old, man.
Like from the back, he looked 28, and then I saw his face, he looked 40.
So he's what, 36? Take the average.
Y'all know who the running back coach is for the Eagles?
Is it
Mario Manningham.
is it Brian Westbrook?
Deuce McAllister.
Oh, is it really?
It is Deuce.
He put on a few LBs.
Saints couldn't give him any run.
Right.
Deuce McAllister. Good for him. Oh,
We got Ertz 101 down here at the bottom.
there he is, wide open.
Dude.
And you
I'm going to fall short.
This is painful.
Dude.
Wow. What's the score?
106, 107 probably.
He's down by a point.
Oh, God. That's it. See?
That's just fantasy.
Oh, my
That's
God.
fantasy for
This
you,
is real. And,
everybody.
hey, we're not editing this. This is real and uncut. This
Oh
is the
my
brutality. Moniz is out of the title run by a point.
Because of Boston
Scott.
freaking
That's a-
Scott.
Boston Scott was a gem of a player today.
What are his stats? I bet he put up 11 points. Oh, he had a touchdown.
That vulture touchdown. That's it.
Yep.
Vulture everything, man. Is he even listed as a player?
He is. Hey, the Raiders receiver that caught his first career touchdown yesterday on the stats.
Unknown.
Yeah, unknown player.
Wow.
Boston Scott's got 18 points, 18.8.
Oh, my God.
10 carries, 59 yards, touchdown. 6 catches, 69 yards.
Dude,
Moniz, man.
about to drop some money on him.
Apologize.
That's the way it goes.
Look, that's the old young McCown. Look,
Benjamin.
look at that young man. Oh, he's here to pick up his kids.
Does he still have teeth in there?
He looks like a Russian villain.
That's like Drago.
Yeah, it looks like
From
Drago.
Creed 2.
Yeah.
Is that a girl?
How does Zach Ertz get wide open? That's another question for the New York Giants. Another reason Pat Shurmur should be fired. Like,
yeah, how is he so wide open?
If there's one guy on Philadelphia's team, right? What are they doing?
2-yard line. You're putting 2 people on him. Let Perkins run free.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah. The 2-gloved wonder, Carson Wentz.
Wow. From 17-3.
More painful
And for the
loss.
Eagles. Oh, man.
Monez's or Beck's, who's got -8 on his defense.
What was the final score for me?
You lost by 10. -8 on the D.
Dude,
what did Barkley end up with?
6.7. It's crazy, man. Inexplicable.
Incredible.
That's garbage.
Beck, you got a sign off for us, man? You got something cooked up for us? Nice Lance Harbor jersey, by the way.
Dude, I had a dream last night.
Sign off as Lance Harbor.
I had a dream last night. I was laying in bed and I dreamt that we were beating Bingville 24-14.
Yeah.
I woke up kind of sad, though.
Oh.
And I realized it's only a dream because we can beat Bingville by a lot more than that. Well, everybody.
Dude, somebody got paid to write that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Brian told me. I told him. I think.
Amateur hour.
Episode 2.
In the books, man.
In the books.
How long is it? You got a timer on us?
And just like we would do, episode 2 came in week 14. So
always late to the party. But
yeah, it's better as long as you show up.
Yeah.
So
our motto.
I want to thank everybody for listening. Hopefully you were entertained, and we'll see you guys next week.
Brad, man, thanks for calling in.
Thanks
Monez.
Thanks to be Monez.
Nice to be here.
Hey, man, I look forward to being back in the studio next week.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Thanks for making it happen, Lucas.
Till next time.